and Coach Tony Lewis got them back on track. And I tell you what, 6-4, making the playoffs in the first year. He's got them buying in. He's going to have them playing hard today. Now on the other side, Price Harris, as always, his third year, went 6-4, 11-2, and then 9-2 last year. Made the playoffs both the times before that. So he's got them on all cylinders too. They always have a lot of talent coming. A lot of athleticism that's going to be there. So they're always going to come out their A game, especially when you're at home and in front of your home crowd.
And when you always face Dunellen, you better bring your best.
Yeah.
Because Coach Harris is going to have those kids ready. They're a 4A school, if I'm not mistaken. So, as Brett said, they're in a region. They're not in a district. So, you're really looking at two different teams on two different spectrums. I think they're both key. They're both key games. For both teams, it's a real big key for Crystal River, the same as Dunellen.
Yeah.
But you take Crystal River and you let them come out of here tonight with a W behind them, and that's just a shot in the arm for them. Plus, it's points in this playoff system that FHSAA is putting out this year.
That's right. And then Price Harris returning a bunch of playmakers. You're talking a couple of players that we talked about a lot last year during the game. Jace Williams, Braylon Edwards. You're talking about a couple other players that have come up there. Cameron Massey is a new player, quarterback coming in, 6 foot. 168. So there's a lot of players that make us on it.
So
yeah,
senior. He's played a little bit, and we saw him a little bit last year too. I would call him kind of your typical Dunellen playmaking style quarterback. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, and we talked to Tony Lewis. He kind of mentioned the different formations and different looks that Dunellen gives you. And first game of the year, that can be a headache sometimes if you're not in the right position. So we'll see if Dunellen can take advantage of that, and we'll see who can win that battle up front. Seems like early on in the season, that's a times what the difference is, who wins the battle up front, because I think, not exactly the same, but fairly close in terms of skill positions. Dunellen maybe has one or two more, but there's still some guys at Crystal River that can go out and make plays. And you guys mentioned Tyreek Scriven and Xavier Francois McCullough. So, I mean, they got some playmakers.
Yeah, and going back to Dunellen, too, Braylon Edwards and Jace Williams to punch you like the thunder and lightning.
Oh, they are.
You got one, Braylon Edwards, he's the big boy, 205, 6 foot tall, but he was the one that pounds it inside, and he can wear you down.
Yep.
And then you got Jace Williams who's going to be on the outside getting the corner. So those players are going to wear you down. That's what I think Coach Tony Lewis is going to have to look at. Again, small squad. I'm going to have the coin toss here. With that, we're going to come back. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back for the opening kickoff right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
The summer sales event is on at Nick Nicholas Ford Inverness. Take advantage of 0% Ford credit financing for up to 72 months, plus $1,000 Ford trade-in assistance. And don't miss Nick Nicholas Ford's hot new and pre-owned super sale, including 16 new Ford F-150s with cash incentives up to $14,000 off MSRP. Nick Nicholas is Ford Country. Shop local with the family that cares. Nick Nicholas Ford, Highway 44 Inverness. See dealer for all details.
On this episode of What Not to Do, brought to you by
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Holy, what have you done to my kitchen?
Oh, honey, how is it? I know when she's coming home.
What are all these pipes laying around? Why is my dishwasher in the living room, and why is the carpet all wet?
Well, remember that fancy new kitchen remodel you've always wanted?
Oh, I do, and this is not it.
But I thought I might save some money by doing it myself.
You thought wrong. I promise this is going to cost you way more. You should have called in the professionals at Mike Scott Plumbing, because I'm pretty sure when I flush the toilet, water is not supposed to come out of the sink.
Noticed that, did you?
The next thing I'm going to notice is you calling Mike Scott Plumbing like you should have done in the first place.
Yes, dear. 866-314-4443.
Yes, 866-314-4443.
That played out so differently in my head.
On next week's episode of What Not to Do.
No, not monkeys.
Beef O'Brady's Crystal River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. Try Dan's homemade soups made from scratch. Chicken noodle, ham and bean, and sirloin vegetable. Homemade spaghetti from scratch with meat sauce, garlic bread, a house or Caesar salad, $7.99. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering discounts discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
And welcome back to Friday Night Football. It's not night yet, but it's getting night. The lights just came on, but it's still afternoon. Right here, Mike Deem, Brett Knudsen, Coach Dave Hamilton here at Richard Kennedy Stadium, down on Tigers against the Chris River Pirates as we get ready for the first kickoff of the season, as Dunellen will be back receiving as they elected to defer, and Chris River will do the duties as we get ready to start this game right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Reminder, you can check us out on YouTube. Go to YouTube, CBS Sports Radio 104.3 for the live stream of tonight's game. You can listen to the play-by-play from up, but check out the video as well, as we've got our video technicians, Bryce and Brady Knudsen, highly paid.
Nice.
As usual.
All right, we've got Jace Williams back, number 8 for Donaldson, their own, I see 13-yard line kicker for Chris River. Taylor Martin getting ready to put the ball down and get ready to start here. We got number 6 also, Stefan Kratzberg, back deep for Dunellen. Again, we welcome you into the first contest of this season as we get ready to have a fantastic high school football season here on CBS Sports 104.3. Martin, as the whistle blows, gets ready. And the run-up, total leather, good kick straight down the middle. Is going to be taken at the 10-yard line. He's going to come straight up the middle, cuts at the right, gets wide open. There's a big hole. He's going to go down to the 35, 40, 45, 50. He's down to the 30. Nobody's going to catch him. 20, 10, and touchdown, number 8, Jace Williams.
And that took 16 seconds.
Wow. No flags on the play. It's a touchdown.
If you're a Dunellen test, that's the kind of thing you probably dreamt about for 4 or 5 hours last night. If you're a Chris River coach, that's kind of what kept you up at night.
And that's the last thing you wanted to see as a Chris River coach.
I think Tony Lewis this morning kind of predicted it on when he talked about it, special teams, and he said that, and unfortunately it came true as they get ready to go for the kicking here. They're going to go for the extra point after attempt. That's going to be number 29 for Dunellen. I'm sorry, 25, Javon Lee. He's going to do the kicking duties. Sophomore, 5'11", 165, as they kind of land up to the left on the left hash mark. And
with the center in the middle.
Center in the middle. Kicker's ready to go, and now they're going to go and line up in there. Switch it over. As they line it up. And a ball flap over his head. He picks it up at the 25. He's going to throw the ball into the end zone. He's wide open. Wow.
A 2-point conversion.
I don't know if that's
on a
in their
snap.
playbook, but it works, right? That's the old fire drill, whatever you call someone scramble to get open. And, boy, it worked. I mean, a snap all the way back to close to the 5-yard line. He heaved it to 2 Dunellen Tigers were in the end zone. One was uncovered.
Yeah, Javon Lee was actually the kicker who did the throwing duties, and Jace Williams got the 2 extra points. So now it's becoming 8-0 with 11:14 left in this first period. So
that didn't take long.
Pirates are down early, and they're going to have to get back quick. Can't see the number back. We got number 4 for Chris River. That's Darius Orr, and it looks like number 2. I can't tell what the number is on the front. They're kind of small. I'm sorry, number 8. That's Tyrex Scriven, of course, back there deep at their own 5-yard line for the Chris River Pirates.
Well, this will be Chris River's chance now to get back, Mike. If they run this back and score on this.
It's something that, they're going to be preaching around now. Coach Tony Lewis is saying, hey, calm down. We've got plenty of time. It's only 1 score. Let's get it back. As the whistle gets blown, teams are lined up as they go right to left on Dunellen on the radio dial. Short kick. It's going to bounce at the 20-yard line and picked up there by number 4. He takes it to the right side, cuts it all open out of the 40, cuts back, and then all the way down to the 43-yard line to Chris River, 42-yard line. It'll be 22 on the tackle, Maverick Molina.
Good run back.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cruise River Pirate offense. Again, if you're just joining us, it's 8-0 Dunellen, as the Dunellen Tigers scored on a 82-yard kickoff return. Logan Wardlow is your quarterback for Cruise River as they line up on the near side hash line, going left to right on your radio. In the shotgun with the I formation. It's a pistol formation. Handoff, little miscommunication there, and a stumble by the the running back as he tries to go left. He's dropped down there for a loss. They'll bring up 2nd, and we're going to call it about 14.
Interesting that they come out for the first snap with no DeAndre Parker at quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Wardlow being not under center, but
he's got all of his pads unsnapped on the sidelines. I mean, his rib protector is unsnapped. Does not look like he's coming in anytime soon. Don't know what that's all about.
We got a flag on the play. Cruise River motion, so it's going to come.
That's a tough start for Crystal River. You know,
they don't need to start like this.
-2 or 3 on the first play, then back it up with a penalty 5, a special teams play. And as I said, you look at DeAndre Parker on the sidelines.
You just wonder if he's got an injury, a rib injury or something.
Well, he's got the flak jacket unbuttoned. He's not even have it on like he's coming in ready to play, carrying his helmet. We'll see how long that lasts. But you have a guy in Logan Wardlow who's taking a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
Wardlow in the pistol formation, 2 running backs behind him. Snap, inside handoff, and he's buried right there as they just pick him up. Number 18 for Dunellen. Sorry, number 15, Jaquan Edwards. Picks up the tackle, and as a gain of maybe 1 back to the line of scrimmage, or 0.
And now it's 3rd and long, Mike.
Yep, 3rd and long here as a no huddle for the Cruise River Pirates. Pirates all in white with blue helmets, and Dunellen all in red helmets. Cruise River going left to right as they get these signals in from the Cruise River sideline. Wardlow now is going to go shotgun with a single setback. Tight end to the right side. 2 wide receivers. Snap. 2-step drop. Looking. Pressure. And he is taken down right there for a loss at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and ready for punting. That is on the tackle. We couldn't see who it was.
22 was one. That was Molina in there again.
Yep.
One of them, he'll get a share of the sack right there. Couldn't see the other defender for Dunellen. It looked like it might have been number 66 in there, not sure.
And now we've got Jace Williams back for Dunellen at his own 40-yard line. Cruise River's punter standing right about the 12. High snap. Pressure coming, and he's going to have to run. He's going to get down. He's going to take down and lost down to the 5-yard line. Great play by Dunellen Special Teams as they lose a bunch of yards. It'll be 1st and goal for Dunellen Tigers at the Cruise River 5-yard.
Not a good start for Crystal River.
No. Special teams. I mean, you give up a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then
a bad snap
there on a punt, and Dunellen has the ball 1st and goal as it's inside the 10. Looks like it's at about the 7-yard line. So the Tigers' offense has a chance to really put them in front big early with only running a couple of plays.
So we got Jose Riviera as the direct snap. It's going to be handed off to number 7. That is Braylon Edwards, who goes to the right side and is taken down.
And we got a flag on the play.
That'll be a hold. Going to bring it back as Dunellen gets called for the holding. Again, just joining us, 9:38 left in the first quarter, 8-0 with Dunellen leading and ready to score again inside the red zone. Going to get a hold, going to move it back 10 yards.
Something positive for Crystal River.
Penalty against somebody else. This is all the way back to the, make it the 15, 16, make it the 19-yard line, so it'll be
1st and goal
from there. Goal from 19, still inside the red zone though.
Crystal River needs a big stop here, Mike, to kind of give them a boost.
Lee with 2 backs behind him. He's going to run it, fumbles the ball, picks it up himself, tries to cut back inside, but Crystal River has it taken down pretty well, covered well, probably with the Pirate defense as the defensive end number 16 came up there. That's Ashton Bosley as he makes the tackle really quick. Linebacker. Switching up now player personnel as the package comes in. No huddle here as they're looking to the sidelines. Both teams are not huddling inside and calling the plays there. They're just standing out there. 2 wide receivers. Actually now putting 3 wide receivers out to the right side. The ball's on the near side hash mark going right to left on your radio. Single setback to Lee's right and goes in motion. That's Jace Williams. He's going to go take a little bubble screen. Got two people there to make miss. He makes two miss, presses his foot, and goes down to about the, we'll tell it the 11-yard line. I'm sorry, the 15-yard line as they mark it 1 yard short. It's going to be on the 16-yard line. They'll bring up 3rd and goal for Dunellen.
And we had a real good tackle right there, open field on number 8 for Crystal River.
Tyrex Scriven.
Yeah.
Coming up from his cornerback position.
They could really use a stop here. I think that Dunellen would probably go for it. On 4th down, they might be out of field goal range. That would push them back into maybe a 30-yard field goal. I don't know if they'd go for that.
Shotgun position coming to throw. And picked off.
Intercepted.
Number 4, that's Chris River coming all the way out. He's going to be at the 15-20. Fumbles the ball, gives it right back to Dunellen at the 20-yard line. And Jace Williams picks it up. That was number 6, Dexter White.
Wow. Darius Orr, number 4, with the pick, Mike.
And then he got it stripped.
He got it stripped, flags all over the play, but certainly would appear like you've got an interception and then a fumble on the pick, so Dunellen's going to keep the ball.
And it depends on who the penalty goes against. If Dunellen gets
Looks
closer
like there
to the
might
goal
have been
line,
a
or
face mask.
Crystal River moves them back.
So that was a turnover, and it's going to be another turnover.
2 turnovers, 1 play.
And a penalty.
And a penalty. So Dunellen was in
Possession
trouble
of the-
there. That's going to, you knock that down, you probably get the ball.
Yep.
Instead, you take over in possession, but you fumble it right back. So Dunellen's going to probably get a 1st and 10,
That's what I was
certainly
gonna say.
inside the 30 and maybe even inside the 15-yard line.
The referees are now discussing it with that. Yeah, they're going to break
Because that
up
was
now.
a change of
Yeah,
possession.
It's a change of possession.
So
that's what I'm saying.
it will be.
Oh, it's
Dunellen's ball.
against Dunellen.
Yeah, it'll mark them back, but they will
Get the ball back on
get the
first
ball
down.
back on the fumble. Well,
They're saying that the ball was.
well, no, that's interesting.
So they're saying that the penalty
The
was
face mask
caused the fumble. So they're going to say that it's going to be Chris River ball. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Chris River, and they get out of that unscathed, as it was a comedy everywhere, which you expect in the first game. I mean, there's been a lot of back and forth. We got a touchdown run on the kickoff. We got over the head punt and snaps. We've got everything going on here. So in the first quarter,
It looked like the ball had been stripped before the penalty.
But there's no instant
referee-
replay here.
No,
right?
we do not have that. And
Well,
that's a good thing.
we have access to that.
You have
We'll
that.
have to look at it and see, but
So really, Chris River come out pretty good on this end.
well, no. See, it still is. Crystal River was.
Yeah, Price Harris is arguing this point.
No,
But it looks to me like you've got the Crystal River. I guess Wardlow's out there for.
Well, Wardlow's a
quarterback.
linebacker too, though. Let's take a quick break.
Yeah,
We're going
we'll
to take a
take-
quick break.
we'll
We'll come
figure
back
this
and they'll
out.
figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. You're listening to CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
And we are back, and I think we got it sorted out here. It's now Chris River ball, 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line. So Chris River does get the ball back. The penalty was called on Dunellen, so that must have been before the fumble.
before the fumble.
Yeah, so they retain possession of the ball as Wardlow lines up with the pistol formation, two running
get
backs
mad at the
behind him.
refs. First game for them too.
Yeah, come on. 2 wide receivers to the far sideline as the ball's on that hash mark. We're still getting discussions on where the ball should be placed, I believe, because they're pointing. So, again, the referees are getting in the groove here too. They're trying
And this
to
is
figure it
their
out.
first game.
Exactly. So that counts.
That counts.
Yeah. So they want to get it right.
Folks, Nature Coast is ahead of IMG Academy White right now in the first quarter, 6-0.
There's a blitz coming, and it comes right through the ball. Great play by the Dunellen defense as they shot the gap right up the middle. I'm trying to see who that was. The linebacker came through. And
52.
it's a loss. Yeah, it was 52. That was Maurice Jeffries.
That was a loss of 6.
Bring up 2nd and 16 as there's no huddle as they get the sideline.
Dunellen with a different look in uniforms this year, Mike, with the red pants, red jerseys,
Yeah.
and red helmets with a little black on the bottom half of them. Different look for the Tigers.
Maybe they're copying Louisville Cardinals.
Well, they certainly playing that well right now.
Yeah.
Trips on the far sideline.
Oh,
Snap,
boy.
not even recognized, and it's going to be picked up almost by Dunellen. It was picked up by Dunellen. That's number 9. That's Maurice Goolsby.
And he is a ball hawk. He has been that way for quite some time. And that was Logan Warlow wasn't ready for the snap. He was looking over at the sideline, and the ball went by. And, you know, give Maurice Goolsby credit because it looked like about 21 guys not ready for anything to happen. And Goolsby was on top of it before anybody. He saw it and he went.
Yeah, he was there before the Christopher players were right beside it get the ball. So now switch on possession here as Dunellen comes out, starting on their own 20-yard line. Number 25 again is Javon Lee. He's your quarterback. One single setback to the right. Fake, bubble screen, and there's a flag coming down. Motion on Dunellen. So I stopped doing the penalties, but I'm going to keep on doing them. So we got Dunellen with 3 and Christopher with 2. So we got 5 penalties so far in the first quarter.
3 turnovers, right?
3 turnovers.
A special teams touchdown.
We got everything. And we're 7:07 left in the first quarter. Score still Dunellen 8, Christopher 0. You kind of expect this, though, coaches? I mean, kind of expect this.
First game.
Yeah, first game.
That's meaningful.
I think it's what Tony Lewis needs to be saying to his kids, calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 8-0, okay? I mean, let's get a stop here and let's play some offense.
Motion across the face. That comes out again.
2.
And he has popped really hard.
Number 8 popped him.
It's number 6 coming around, Stefan Kratzberg on the run. And number 8, of course, Tyreek Scriven, cornerback, just laid him out.
Looks like there was at least 1 hold on Dunellen on that play. I think there was a lineman and maybe a receiver holding too.
So that's going to be coming back.
I don't know if this is what Lee, the sophomore at quarterback, I think a lot of people believed maybe Cameron Massey, the senior, would be the guy. But, I mean, Javon Lee, not your traditional quarterback number 25, but obviously a talented kid, built like a bulldozer, 5'11", 165. So he's got well, I wouldn't say just a strong lower half, probably a strong everything. But, yeah, I mean, he's probably not your prototypical drop quarterback.
We saw him kick too, and he threw the pass from the 25 to the end zone.
Yeah.
And it was a good bullet. So he's got all the talents, obviously. So we move it back, or moving it back, I should say, as Price Harris.
The official is still.
They've moved it back to the 24, Mike.
Well, I think they.
1st and 15.
It would look to be like well, here we go.
Here we go. So it's on the 24.
It's a shift against Dunellen and a hold against Dunellen. Personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact against Crystal River. And it looks like it all washes, and we're going to replay everything.
There you go. You just explained it well. 1st and 10, 6:56 left in the first quarter. Snap, 2-step drop, looking to the left, goes to the right. Big, tall throw up and jump up and jump ball, but it came down no hands, right through the hands of number 8. I believe that's intended for Jace Williams.
I think that's a play you'll see again because he just mistimed his jump. I mean, he leapt just probably a hair too early on that one. That is a big wide receiver out there.
And he's got a huge height
number
advantage.
6 maybe.
He's got a huge height
They've got
advantage.
dark numbers.
That's Goolsby. I'm sorry.
Is that Goolsby?
Maurice Goolsby, 6'5", 196. That's why they're throwing it to him.
Yeah, he's got the advantage. We'll see that.
Here comes a
again.
low snap and a rush up the middle. It's a fumble. Ball's out on the ground, and it looks like Christian may have it, but they're going to say he was down by knee. So
I think he got it back. Javon Lee covered it. He fell on top of it.
So it's going to be 3rd, and we'll call it about 6 yards.
He looks to
25.
be, I don't want to say unsettled, but he gets the ball and he's in a hurry.
Yeah.
Sophomore, first time. He needs to slow down too.
It's high school players. They're getting a little jitters.
That's a lot for a sophomore to handle.
Trip receivers to the far sideline. Ball's in the middle of the field. Lee in the shotgun. One single setback. He's got a roll to his right. He's got some looking, throws the ball. No, he pumps. He got some pressure, and they're going to get him. That's number 4. Darius Orr. Number 3, I'm sorry. That's Kyle Robinson. coming in from his linebacker position.
That's one of those too.
A good sack.
You got to have that clock in your head as a quarterback and realize I looked over. He looked like he was going maybe to the far side, then maybe a little bit back up the middle, and then just I think realized, and then it was too late.
And that created a 4th down now.
So they're going to go for it. There's no punting.
5:44 to go in the first quarter.
I would throw a jump ball, wouldn't you, to one of your big guys?
Yeah.
Goolsby right down here on the left side. Goolsby is 6'5".
Yeah, he's
going to be the snap. He's looking, and he is looking at Goolsby's way, and he throws a jump ball in a minute. It's 18 wide open.
Wide open.
And it catch right through the hands of number 4, Darius Orr, but that's number 18. Linwood Daniels catches the ball for a touchdown. 6 points for Dunellen.
I think what you had was everyone's attention went to Goolsby, who cut towards the center of the field, almost kind of receiver there in that left, number 18, going over to the far side cone, and that's where he was wide open. It was just a question. The defender tried to recover in time. The ball hung up in the air. Could he get there in time to knock it down? And he was not able to. And a key conversion on 4th down for 6.
14-0 right now with the extra point looming. 5:26 left, and there's going to be a direct snap to the running back, and it's going to be a 2-point play. Easily runs in. Number 7, that's Braylon Edwards, gets the
Maybe we're
2
seeing,
points.
Brett, why the sophomore quarterback's playing.
He can chuck it.
He can throw the ball.
Yep. So it's 5:26 left. Your score, Dunellen Tigers 16, Chris River 0. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
All right, welcome back. CBS Sports Radio 104.3 Friday Night Football. It is becoming night now. The lights are on here at Richard Kennedy Stadium as the kickoff is a little pooch to the right side and a fair catch called by Chris River number 11. That's Tyler Sandek at 35-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Chris River. They've got to get something going here. They better try to figure something out.
They need a positive play that's a yard.
They just need a break somewhere along the line, you know. And I think if it did, Coach Lewis and his staff and the kids, here again, they've taken a timeout now for a water break. Maybe he can gather them up and they can get something going positive. If you know, we already see Dunellen's positive.
You still have one of your cats. DeAndre Parker is not even. I mean, if this was, maybe it's an injury and he's just not even playing because, I mean, he's not even close to going on the field. Like I said, he's got some of his pads completely unhooked. Doesn't mean he won't come in. I mean, you're just looking at him. There's nothing that looks overly heavily taped like an ankle or a foot, but doesn't mean it can't be something else that's keeping him out. And, you know, we talked about the new playoff format this year in the FHSAA. Crystal River still has a route to the playoffs, and that is win your district.
Yeah.
Dunellen is a little different. They don't have a district to go in. They're just in a region, so you need to pile up the wins. If you're Crystal River, you want to win. You need the points. It's going to come down to it, as every coach thinks, a handful of points at the end of the year. But, you know, your bread and butter, and we saw it last year with this Crystal River team when they were at their best. DeAndre Parker was running and slinging it around the field.
Totally agree. You know, Dunellen is a region 2. They've got 11 teams in that region. So Chris River has a team. I think it's 6 teams in the district. Trip receivers to the near sideline as
they're just in there.
It's not even there. Wardlow almost loses the ball. He tries to hand it off, but the rush from Dunellen was just too much, and they lose yardage on that. Would be 2nd and long.
This to me is just the guys up front for Dunellen are absolutely. They're 2 steps faster.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in the backfield before the quarterback can get the ball, before he can hand it off to the running back. They are dominating the line of scrimmage, and it's being pushed backwards big time. I mean, look at number 50. Was it 52 out there, linebacker for Dunellen? I mean, just absolutely huge.
Wardlow.
6 foot, 225.
Snap. Inside handoff, number 3. That's Kyle Robinson, goes off the left side for a couple of yards, gets back to maybe the original line of scrimmage.
A Dunellen team that lost, you know, almost
it looks like they're playing
seniors.
a 3-5 defense, and then they're just shooting the gaps with them
Yeah, they only got 3 up front. They only got 3 up front, but they're toeing the line. They're not expecting, in the secondary anything to be thrown, and they're just pinning their ears back and coming at them right now. And yeah, you're right. The 3 guys up front, and they're getting a whole lot of movement on that offensive line from Crystal River.
Pistol formation with 2 tight ends, tight formation, snap, and really miscommunication as Orlo rolls to the right side, got good coverage. He's got wide number 6.
And we got a flag on the play.
Flag Dexter White intended for, but
would it be defensive holding?
No, that'll be pass interference on the defense. Yeah, he got his hands kind of tied up with him a little bit.
They're saying it's a push-off.
They're going to call push-off on Crystal River, really? Okay. I thought initially that would be one of those you just let it go because the ball was overthrown.
Exactly.
They both were late turning their heads around to see the football. So to me, that's just one of those, okay, kind of let it go because it wasn't going to be caught by either player.
And the penalty was declined, so now it's 4th and 10.
Now, if you're Crystal River, I mean, you got to avoid a big return and solid field position again, potentially for Dunellen.
And the last time we punted, Brett, it was a snap over the head.
Yep. So we'll see what they can do here as they get ready for the punt at their own 31-yard line. Rush is on, snap is good. Press coming, and a good punt high. Jace Williams is catching it at 35, makes 1 miss, but Doric Orr continues with it, and then the Crystal River players swarm him, but he still gains almost 10 yards from the point of catch as he finally gets down to about the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for Dunellen. 3:51 left here in the first quarter, 16-0 is just Dunellen leads.
And this, too, you would think is a big drive for that Crystal River
Huge
defense. I mean, if you're Dunellen, this is probably something Price Harris is talking about. I mean, you got to be able to put teams away, right? Can you do it? Do you have it?
And there's a big stop for Crystal River right here.
Twin receivers both sides, single setback besides Lee in the shotgun. Ball's on the right side hash mark, low snap. He's going to take it himself. Quarterback keeper goes to the right side. They bottled up pretty well, gain of about 4 yards, maybe call it 5 on where they dropped the foot down. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clock running down, 3 minutes and 30 seconds in his first quarter. I think Crystal River just wants to get out of here right now with the first quarter done and no more scoring.
The Weeki-Wachee Lake Weir game, lightning delay, they have yet to start.
Power I formation, handoff, and a number 16, I think that was, coming in there for Crystal River. That's Ashton Bosley. Hits him in the backfield, but Braylon Edwards just keeps on going. Gain of a couple yards brings up 3rd and short. Call it about 3 yards. Ball's just inside Crystal River territory at the 49-yard line, 250 and counting.
Citrus High down in Bradenton taking on Bayshore. They are down 6-0 first quarter.
Twin receivers to the near sideline again. Power I formation, 1 single step back to the left. Toss sweep to this flag side. We got a flag, and it's going to be ruled dead. As Crystal River did have that covered pretty well, though. We'll see how Crystal River.
Little motion on the play there and moved him back 5.
Clock stops at 2:20. Moves it back into Dunellen territory at the 46-yard line. We got 3rd and about 8. Twin receivers to the near sideline. Single setback to Lee's right. 1 receiver to the far sideline. Tight end on the right side, Power, as they get a blitz coming in from the linebacker, and a throw to Jace Williams on the outside. It'll flare out, and he gets close to the first down, depending on where they mark it. It looks like they're going to give him the first down, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Dunellen.
Good job there. Nice throw and catch. Good job coming back to the football and then making his turn quickly up the field to gain first down yardage. Crosses over into Crystal River territory with 2 minutes to go. Dunellen on the move again.
Crystal River's got to have a stop here, Mike, in this first quarter. Turnover or something. They got to get the ball back.
Here's a toss sweep to the near sideline. That's number 1, Cameron Massey, coming to the near sideline. Gets a couple yards, gets knocked out of bounds there by number 4. That's Darius Orr, who hits him out along
There's
with
a
number
flag.
8, Tyrex Scriven. A flag in the middle of the field, so it's
Holding,
like holding.
Dunellen.
So we're going to push it back again.
We've seen our fair flags in the first quarter.
Yep, that's
to be expected.
7 and 6 right now.
Really? That's more than there should be.
Yeah.
Well, under 2 minutes, 1:52 to go. Here in the first quarter, it's been a
a lot of big plays. I mean, maybe not as smooth as the coaches would want, but there's an interception, kickoff return for a touchdown, a 4th down conversion for a touchdown, a couple
high
of fumbles.
snaps, fumbles, passes in the end zone. We got trip receivers to the far sideline now. The ball's in the middle of the field, going right to left. Snap. Lee's looking, throws a crossing pattern and a stopgap at number 10, and that's correct.
And they got 2/3 of that back.
I don't have a number 10 on here. I can't tell who he is. That would be half of it down there. 2nd and call it a long 5 on the Chris River 41-yard line.
Minute 20 to go.
Twin receivers now to the near sideline. The ball's on the far side hash mark, going right to left.
Seems like they're attacking it through the passing game now.
Yeah.
They
Now
see something.
Twin receivers to the far sideline. Empty backfield for Lee. Motion across the face. Fake handoff. It's going to be a quarterback keeper as Lee takes it himself. There's a flag on the play, and he spins out of one. He's going to go all the way down to the 20, the 10, and inside the 5. Touchdown, but that's coming back as the flag was thrown very early in the play. They're saying there's a fumble down there, but I'm not sure who. Christopher was saying they're taking it.
Well, it was thrown by the referee near midfield, but he's consulting with the far official on that one. So this is going to be interesting. He threw the flag. Why is he asking about
it? He threw the flag right as a snap.
Unless it was a substitution violation. It looks like he's picking it up.
He's waving it.
He's waving it off.
He waved it off. So
everyone, the Denellen players don't know whether they should celebrate.
Because I'm not
so
sure.
Now, was there a touchdown or a fumble on?
They're saying the Chris River players are pointing that they have the ball on the
1 inch line.
Well, that's the official has it spotted at the
half-yard line.
But the officials haven't signaled whose ball.
I think they're about to now. Touchback.
Okay, touchback, 1st and 10 for Crystal River at the 20.
That's the turnover they needed.
That's what I thought.
That's what they needed.
Price Harris was all the way out on the field, gesturing at the referee.
So that's the turnover. I mean, that's big time
two
there.
Turnovers in the end zone.
I mean, it's 24-25 nothing if he gets a half an inch more. Instead, it's only 16 nothing. Now you get the ball back. You assume you can get out of the quarter just like it is right now and head into the second quarter and try to calm things down if you're Tony Lewis. And if you're Denellen, you're like, boy, we were about to blow this thing wide open.
And we let one get away.
Yeah. Good hustle by the Chris River defense, though, to cause that.
That's true. Getting it back in, chasing Lee all the way down into the end zone, forcing the fumble. Twin receivers to the near sideline. Ball's in the middle of the field. Logan Warlow with the pistol formation. Fake hand, a toss sweep to the near sideline. And he cuts it back in the 20 and just outside the 22-yard line. It'll be 2nd and call it 8.
No flags on the play.
Again, though, it was a good cutback by the running back, but Denellen had 3 guys in the backfield
and
before
Dunellen's
he reached
just a
the line
quick
of
breath
scrimmage.
that when they try the sweep, Dunellen's already there. There's a quick waiting on it.
And that time they over pursued, though, which allowed the cutback and a short gain of about 2.
By the way, that was Tyrex Scriven on the run, and he has been outside wide most of the time. He was in the backfield that time. Single setback behind Wardlow is in the shotgun, and there's movement on the offensive line. That's going to move it back. That was the tackle, right tackle for Chris River.
And the clock was running too. If they just could have held on, they could have got out of the quarter.
Moves it all the way back to the 17-yard line. 2nd and call it 13. 8.4 seconds left in this first quarter. There's a snap. Handoff. Now Wardlow's going to keep it. He's getting pressure. He throws the ball up for grabs, and it's just walled out to the sideline. Nobody there. Intended for, looks like somebody in the flat, but that's the end of the quarter here at Richard Kennedy Stadium. Dunallen Tigers 16, Chris River Pirates 0, and an injury and penalty field and fun field
and a
first quarter.
First
I'll tell you
quarter.
what. All right, we'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to CBS Sports Radio 104.3.
The Love Chevrolet Summer Clearance Sale is the best time to buy. Hurry in for our biggest savings on our best selection.
With clearance pricing on every new Chevrolet in stock, now's the time to buy. Hurry in or go to lovechevysales.com and choose from our best selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Not only will you get clearance pricing, buy any new Chevy at Love Chevrolet with 0 down or get 0% financing up to 72 months on our most popular models. Drive a new 2017 Chevy Cruze, just $179 a month. A 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $199 a month. Looking for a new truck? Save up to $10,000 on a new Chevy Silverado double cab today. Get clearance pricing on our best selection at Love Chevrolet or lovechevysales.com.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Chevrolet. On Highway 44 in Inverness, come in and see what Love can do for you.
24 months, 10,000 miles per year. Offers on approved credit. 500 due at signing plus tax, title, license, and fees.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln is the place to buy your tough F-150, F-250, or F-350 Power Stroke diesel. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln is home of the classic muscle car, Ford Mustang, with GTs, V6s, and convertibles. No one, and I mean no one, beats a Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln deal. Stop by and see why customers return to buy again year after year. Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Highway 19, Crystal River, where the trucks are tough, but the deals are easy.
Enough for the first down, so they're going to be punting Chris River back on their own 15-yard line. A snap. Jace Williams back deep. Rush coming in. He gets a kick off, and Jason's going to let it bounce, and he picks it up right there and stops at number 3 for Chris River. That's Kyle Robinson. Downs it at the 42-yard line of Dunallen as they get started here in the second quarter. If you're just joining us, just getting started here. Second quarter, Dunallen 16, Chris River 0. It's been mostly Dunallen, but there's been a lot of big plays on both sides. I shouldn't say big plays. I should say big plays in that they score, but also big plays in penalties, big plays in fumbles, big plays in turnovers.
And here again, though, we're looking at Dunallen, a team that is a 4A school, but these guys are quick. They're big, they're quick, they're fast. They cover the ends well, so when Chris River does try a sweep, they're just there waiting on them. And I think Chris River can get it together, make a ball game out of it, and here we go. Starting the second quarter.
Blitz coming up the middle. It's going to be handed off to
nice cut.
The cut back on the inside as he was going to the near sideline and planted his foot and cut back inside. Good gain for Dunallen. Can't see who their number was. Number 4.
Jace Williams was running it.
Sorry, number 8. You're right. Jace Williams. That's right.
It was enough for a first down.
All the way down to the Chris River 40.
He looks quick and he can cut. I mean, he planted that foot twice and cut back. It's a good-looking player right there.
Jace Williams to Lee's right now as they're in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the near sideline. Blitz up the middle. Handoff to Jace Williams, and he's hit at that line of scrimmage. Gains a couple yards. Keeps his legs turning. It'll be second and long.
Good job there, too, just getting a couple yards out of that.
He was hit behind the line of scrimmage.
Had that play diagnosed early. They knew what was coming, and they blitzed the right guy at the right time, but still a couple of yards. Should bring about 2nd and 9.
Ball's on the far sideline, hash mark. One running back to Lee's right. Fake handoff and then quick right up the middle, and that's going to be Jace Williams. He's gone. Touchdown, 40 yards.
And no flag.
No flag. straight up the middle. Nobody touched him. As he did a crossbuck in the backfield and mixed it up a little bit, and Jace went to the house. 22-0 right now with the extra point looming.
Well, it looks like Dunellen is just trying different. I mean, last drive they were lined up exclusively shotgun. We're throwing the ball, and then this one it was 3 straight Jace Williams runs.
Yeah.
They're just saying, okay, let's see what we can do. And a lot of it's working.
And they got the lead to experiment with it.
Yeah, that's right. And the confidence in your defense.
Yes.
Lee with the put down kick is up, and it is no good. Extra point. Not good here. 10:48 left in the second quarter. 22-0 is your score. As Dunellen takes a commanding lead. It's going to be difficult for Chris River to try to wiggle its way back here.
Well, I think, Mike, the way they're going to do it if they do get back in the game is just chip away. Just get a touchdown this quarter, shut Dunellen down, go into halftime. You're only down 2 scores, and then come back in the third and fourth quarter and try to regroup. I think Tony Lewis's squad probably came in maybe too excited. Do you think?
Well, I mean, number one, you're missing your...
And Dunellen just did a couple of plays that kind of broke their back.
You're
just
missing one of your best players. Your quarterback is DeAndre Parker.
Oh,
and for him not to play, that really changes what you want to do offensively. We've seen Logan Warlow be a pretty good quarterback the last couple of years, but he's not the danger to run, which gives Dunellen's defense a chance to just say, okay, we don't know if he's going to throw against us. We're going to bring the heat, and that's what they've done. I mean, they've been very, very aggressive.
DeAndre Parker is a weapon when he's there, and they're not being able to utilize him. Pooch kick, really short, and there's a flag on the play.
Flag.
Sure
that was a heck of a pooch kick, too.
Was
that looked
perfect.
like a alley-oop in basketball to the guy running to the rim, and I think that Dunellen player was going to catch it, too.
And just keep going.
Yes, he was. That was, I don't know if you could kick it any better than that. That was beautiful, but it must have been offsides before he kicked it. It's the only reason why you would blow it down.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they're calling.
They'll move him back 5 and re-kick.
The referee has to work on his signals to the press box.
First game,
and we're on the wrong side of the field.
I had the jitters too. I can
see it the
I
other way.
myself.
He's very concerned about picking up his flag, not concerned about giving the call.
But we figured it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
They're moving it down back 5 yards.
Still trying to see the numbers on who's deep for Chris River.
Looks like they're
number
doing
4,
it again.
Darius Orr, and number 2, Xavier Francis McCullough, standing on their 18-yard line as he, right now, the quarterback and the kicker, does everything. We're getting ready for the whistle to start play as we continue to look over. Actually, he's looking over to see where they want to kick it, and Bryce Harris is giving him directions. As they do the same thing, as a pooch kick high.
They're going to get this one.
And they know number 11 slowly slides in there. And that's Tyler Sandek, catches the ball right at the bottom, and 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Chris River.
Well, the good thing there, if you're Chris River, they just have given you a bonus of maybe 20 yards of offense.
Yeah, that's the best field position they've had all night.
Right at midfield. Now you got to do something with it.
Best field position they've had all night.
Yeah, I don't think they've gotten into Dunellen territory this year. I mean, this game.
Or this year. You could have been right there.
We're so far, so good.
Yeah.
See if the offense can get anything going. And again, as we said, DeAndre Parker may be sitting out for the game. He may be sitting out just for a half. He may be injured. We're not sure yet. We're trying to get some information at the halftime, but we'll see what happens. Logan Wardlow is a quarterback. Trip receivers to the near sideline. Balls in the near side hash mark, going right to left now. Motion behind Wardlow. And it looked like an option play, but Wardlow takes it himself. He's tackled by number 7. That's Braylon Edwards right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe a half yard. Brings up 2nd and long.
Just no room for Chris River to operate offensively. There's just too many big boys making too many plays. Update from Crescent City, which is, I think, near, we forgot, the Bahamas, maybe?
Well, yes.
Lecanto trails 25-0 at the half right now.
Similar right here. 10-18 as Dunellen leads 22-0 over Chris River. Again, shotgun with the single setback. Blitz coming up the middle as Wardlow is a pitch option to number 3, Orr. He gets it and taken down. Nice tackle as they come up and take him Number 6 is Decorian Patterson, and number 9, that's Maurice Goolsby. And no gain on the play, back to the line of scrimmage, brings up third. We'll call it 9.5.
That was a good option. Look, they
That
had
was.
on the play, but that was
It just closed.
You want
so
to see
quick.
why Dunellen can play some pretty good defense. They shot their gaps, and they made an open field tackle too.
Plays coming in now from Coach Tony Lewis as they get ready. Logan Wardlow back in the shotgun, single setback, trip receivers to the near sideline now. Ball's on the far side hash mark. One single receiver on the far sideline. Snap. Looking, got pressure coming. Throws a quick, looked like a hitch, but it kind of miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver, and it was almost intercepted by Dunellen.
Yeah, the quarterback saw the pressure coming, and he tried to unload it. Thought the receiver may stop the route and look back at it. The receiver kept going.
Yeah,
it makes it 4th and 10.
That'll be a 3 and out for the Dunellen defense.
Yeah, they think they're going to go for it. They're going to go ahead and go for it. We'll see what happens. Because Logan Wardlow's still in there. You've got Chase Williams back deep for the punt, but it doesn't look like they're lining up in punt formation. The punt kicker did not come in. We've got trip receivers to the far sideline. Williams is still back deep, and now we got a timeout on Dunellen because they want to talk about it. With that, we're going to take a timeout. 9:16 left in this second quarter. 22-0 as Dunellen leads the Chris River Pirates. You're listening to CBS Sports 104.3.
And quickly, here's some updates for you from elsewhere around the Central Florida area. You just heard that Crescent City leading Lecanto 25-0 just before the half. Sun Lake and Wesley Chapel tied up right now, as are Tavares and Villages, both of them at 7 apiece. We've also got a PK Young score against Wildwood in Wildwood. The Wildcats leading by a score of 8-0. Taylor County over Bradford 12-0. And Newberry right now in the first 21-0 over East Side and Buchholz tied up in the second quarter as well. And back to you guys at the field.
Thank you, Dennis. Here at the Richard Kennedy Stadium in downtown Dunellen. 9:17 left in the second quarter. It's been mostly Dunellen. Almost all Dunellen, really, to be honest with you, as they lead 22-0 over the Chris River Pirates.
I don't think Chris River Mike has got a first down in this game.
They have not moved the ball. They've been moving backwards most of the time.
Yes.
Or keeping it stagnant at the line of scrimmage. So Tony Lewis has got some work cut out for him here, and it's kind of a tough road to hoe. Dunellen is a perennial power, though, and they've always been that way.
And you can see it tonight, even in their first game. They're pretty well spot on.
Yeah, they're just quicker to the ball, quicker to the line of scrimmage, quicker through the gaps.
And they're big.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things what Brett was talking about. DeAndre Parker last year gave them that escapability where they could get away from that rush and at least make something happen. Wardlow does not have
capability to scramble.
He cannot get out of the way. He just wants to throw the ball. So the issue is DeAndre Parker would give them another element, but he's just not able to play for some reason. As we get going here, it's
Dunellen called timeout as it's 4th down, and not. To me, it looks like Chris River's going to go for it.
They
4th
are.
and 10.
They've been there. Why not?
What do you lose at
punt's
this
not
point?
going to do anything.
Well,
so.
I mean, you're at a point, too. We talk about the playoff system. However many points you lose by doesn't matter.
Blitz coming pass, two-step drop, throws a cross pattern, and right through the hands. A good pass there by Logan Wardlow, intended for number 2, Xavier Francis McCullough. And it goes to his hands. It'll be a turnover on downs. And
he was short of the first down. I don't think he was going to get it anyway. And once again, but that was, why did he have to throw so quick and get the receiver before the first down marker? Pressure.
They were already on him.
In his face.
So Dunellen takes over just inside the 50-yard line as they get ready now to come to the line of scrimmage. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball's on the far side hash mark. Power I formation with running back to Lee's right.
9:13 to go here in the second quarter.
A snap. Handoff. That's up the middle. Chris River does a good job of bottling up at that time. Maybe a loss on the play. First time they pushed them back.
That was a good defensive play for Chris River.
Started with number 50, Miles Hampton up front was the first guy. He got low, took his feet, then he had 3 other guys come in and help him out.
Aston Bosley came in there too. Linebacker, sophomore, 5'9", 145. Ball still in the middle of the field. Back now on the Dunellen 48-yard line. Again, power I formation with power back to the right. Lee, dribble, snap, a toss sweep to the near sideline. And that's Jay Swims. That was number 28. And he cuts back into the inside, but Chris River bottles it up a little bit. And a gain of about probably 6 yards. That's A.J. Hamilton, freshman, 5'11", as he gets about 6 yards, be third, and we'll call it 6 from there, as they lost yards on the first down. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Lee with a single setback to his left. Blitz coming up the middle. Snap. Looking. Drops. Nice wide open play. Thrown out to the slot. And it's down all the way past the 30-yard line inside Chris River territory. And it's first down for Dunellen.
Plenty of time and a wide open receiver. And he delivered it right on time, right into his chest. Good throw.
Hit him in the numbers.
Yeah, easy pickup on third and 6. First down for the Tigers. And they're driving again.
Chris River calls a timeout here. So we get 7:55 left. And again, score still 22-0 here in favor of Dunellen.
It looked like it was almost a misassignment on that play there, Mike.
It was that wide open.
Receiver was put in the flat, and you and I could have completed that pass.
Oh, maybe you, but not me.
No.
That had to be underhand.
A couple other scores from down south of us. Wesley Chapel is tied with Sun Lake, 14 apiece. River Ridge, looks like they got a field going to safety. They're ahead of Pinellas Park, 5-0.
So football season getting started last weekend, in a lot of parts of the state, but here, locally it's this weekend, and of course, college football gets started tomorrow. But
that snuck up on me. I was sitting there watching.
Actually,
today.
college starts a week from yesterday.
Well, no, USF plays tomorrow.
USF plays tomorrow.
USF plays tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was looking at
20. Yep.
Our good friend Jim Lauk tweeting today that he was out in San Jose, and I said, "Why is he out there a week early? Maybe." And then nope, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, football season for college starts tomorrow, but a lot of the Florida teams start next week. Here we go. Dunellen, 1st and 10 inside the Chris River territory at the 28-yard line. Low snap again, and it's handed off to Williams, and he just drives his feet, gets a couple more yards, spins, and goes down all the way down to the 24-yard line to be second and call it 8. Again, a couple of low snaps now. The center's not.
It's rolling back to him.
Rolling back to him. Is not really getting it cleanly, so it's kind of hampering. If they get that cleanly, he's got open gaps and he can head to the gap. Chase Williams is going to be to his right, to Lee's right now as they go shotgun again. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Blitz looking like coming up the gap, and it's a handoff to Chase Williams. He's going to go to the far sideline, and he cuts it back in, makes a stutter step to go to the sideline there, but it's hit out and knocked down inside the 10-yard line. So
first down.
1st and 10, first and goal.
Low snap, as you mentioned, but doesn't seem to be affecting Dunellen.
So it's right on the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal for Dunellen. 7:15 left in this first half. 22-0. Still is your score as Dunellen is threatening again. Number 9, Goolsby is in there, and you know what he does. He's 6'5". So look at him going to the corner. So watch. They got twin running backs to either side of Lee as in the shotgun. Snap. Power sweep to the right side. If he can get the corner, it is. He's gone. Touchdown. That is number 4 for Dunellen. They got running backs coming out everywhere. Tyree Fraser, 5'9", 160-pound senior, who gets the TD and brings it to.
They're just loaded with running backs.
There's a flag on the play now, though. It's coming back. Just saw that laundry down there, and they love their laundry down here. So that's going to negate the TD. Move Dunellen back.
Must be a holding penalty.
Has to be. Price Harris is not going to be satisfied with this, even though they're leading at halftime. There's a lot of penalties.
Way too much of that.
Especially with the playoff.
Well, you think about it, the number of penalties, they had essentially a touchdown when the quarterback got stripped at the half-inch line. I mean, it was a good play by Chris River, but I'm sure he's looking up saying, hey, where's 14, 21 more points out there?
Shotgun formation. That's a crossbuck on a snap, and that's going to be number 4 again. He goes all the way down to the 5-yard line. There's a fumble on the ball.
Fumble.
And then Chris River recovers it on the 2-yard line. So, boy, there's
another break.
Two touchdowns that have been negated by fumbles for Dunellen. So number 4, Tyree Frazier, fumbles at the 2-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Chris River. 6:54 left in this first half. So if you put 12 more points on the board, you're talking about it would be, oh boy.
They've left a lot out there, but we said this is what you're going to see this time of year. I mean, who can keep the handle on the penalties and the turnovers? And right now,
so 6:54 left in this first half, and they're going to be counting the points when they go into halftime. Done on this, Price Harris is going to be.
Well, Price Harris is going to be upset because he's going to tell them they left more points on the field than they scored.
Exactly. He's about right. Yeah, there's two touchdowns that have been essentially called back. One with a fumble in the end zone. Now a fumble again down inside the 5-yard line.
Mm-hmm. So Chris River comes out.
Teaching moments.
Coaching moments.
Yes.
Ulcer moments.
Shotgun formation. Blitz coming, and it's going to be
offside.
Good call by Logan Wardlow as he barked out the snap and got them to jump offside. So it's going to move them out a little bit, breathing room for the Pirates. I saw Wardlow kind of snap there and pulled the linebacker and the defensive end offsides, and that was number 9, Goolsby, who was trying to get the step in there and get a safety.
I thought he could get a touchdown back on defense for his team. Trying to help him out.
So 1st and 5 from the 13-yard line. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Wardlow, a single setback. Snap. Right handoff. Inside to Orr. And they just smother him at the line of scrimmage. There's no way to go.
Close that hole real quick.
They are so fast, getting off the line so quick.
That was number 20.
Not
Jade
really
Williams.
A fear of a pass. I mean, you think at some point they just got to, one-step drop and throw it out to a receiver. Guy can go up and make a play.
Yeah.
Just to
the problem
call
is
off the dogs a little bit.
You got Goolsby, who's 6'5", who can cover him. So they've got trip receivers to the far sideline, and that's what Jaden is going to do. And he throws a slant pattern intended for number 8, which is Tyreek Scriven, and number 11. And that was Tyler Sandak, and it was incomplete. So going to bring up 3rd down.
But they had the right idea.
They need,
I think, a quick drop.
The quick drop, and you got to get it out quick. I mean, this is not one, you can't do a 5-step drop and look for a guy cutting over the center of the field quickly right now because Dunellen is just dominating.
Yeah, you got 3rd and 4. You going to throw it or you going to run it?
Well, I think it depends what you want the outcome to be.
Power eye pistol formation with the 2 tight ends, and the blitz is coming. Handoff up the middle, and that's Orr. He was there. He had a hole, but he got snapped right there at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. It'll be 4th down for the Pirates.
This is now pressure time for Chris River teams because I think if you're Dunellen, even though it's 22-0, I mean, it's good. It's practice. Bring the house, maybe.
Yeah, they're going to.
See if you can block one and, assume you're going to get the ball inside the 40 no matter what.
And you still have 5:47 to go in the second quarter,
and they do have
plenty of time.
10 men lined up on the line of scrimmage.
They do, and they're going to hit those gaps.
Yep.
Jason standing back at the Chris River 42-yard line. There's a snap. Nope, no rush. They're going to get a return back for Jason. It's a short punt, and it bounces. And the Dunham way comes back to the 31. It's down right there by number 50, and that is Miles Hampton for Chris River. 1st and 10 for Dunham. 5:29 left in the first half.
Water break right there, and Dunham will take over. We'll see if we can fit a quick timeout here. It's 22-0, 5:29 left to go here in the second quarter. High school football on CBS Sports Radio, 104.3.
All right, guys, and let's run down a couple more of these. Be interested in Tavares tonight, and the Villages, as we told you a little bit earlier, still tied up in the second period before the halftime at 7-7. Sewanee and Fort White tonight, 7-7 tied in the first period. No update on that score yet. Bell leading McClay tonight, 7-0 early on in the game, and it's Rickards over at North Marion in the first period, 7-0. Lake Weir tying up Wiki Wachi, 7-7 in the first period. The Masters Academy tonight, putting a good whipping on the Ocala Christian Academy boys, 33-7 in the second period. And surprise, Westport leading Forest 13-12, and that game in the second quarter right now. There you go, some sports from around the West Central Florida area, and back to the field.
talked to Coach Beneda, like the way his team looked this year, and they're off to a good start too. And still, the latest we got is Bayshore 6-0 over Citrus.
So it brings up first down again, 1st and 15, and move back 5 yards, sitting at the 36-yard line of Chris River. Trip receivers again to the far sideline. Ball's on the near side hash mark. Lee with a single set back to his right. Jace Williams trying to get more points here. Snap. Fake hand off to Jace Williams, but great play by number 20. You jabbed right in there. That's Jaden Williams.
He shot the gap there, Mike, and threw him for a loss.
Big loss for Dunellen. That's the first time we've seen that all night for Chris River's defense. Brings up second and call it about 22. Now they're going to 20. Ball sitting at the 40-yard line of Chris River. 5 minutes and counting in the first half. Dunellen trying to put another score on the board. They've left a couple out there. They should have scored 2 touchdowns, but 2 fumbles in the end zone and red zone negated that. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Single setback with Lee. Blitz coming up the middle.
Ooh.
Chris River backs it off. 2 steps, looking, throws a slant pattern across the middle. Intended for number 6. He catches it at the 35, then takes 2 steps into the middle zone, go to the 25, and brought down to the 18-yard line to be 1st and 10 for Dunellen.
Yeah, that was
good slant pattern
timed
there.
perfectly. Yeah, I mean, that was the right call at the right time. That got Chris River coming on the blitz. Nice run after the catch by the receiver, too. It's just, Dunellen does a lot of the simple things right so far tonight. I mean, penalties obviously are not going to make Coach Price Harris happy, but you could tell athletically they've got some guys who can make plays.
Tyreek Scriven on the tackle there. Now they got twin receivers both left and right. Empty backfield for Lee. Again, blitzing coming outside. Now flags again before motion again.
I think you're going to have 6 moving.
Yeah, that was the motion man. Going to push it back 4-10 and counting.
This will be one of those occasions when you're up by 3+ scores at half and you have a shutout where the coach still can be heard from the locker room yelling at his players for a very sloppy play.
Here we go again. Motion across the face. Low snap again. They could not get it off, so they dropped it, and Lee picks it up and gets a couple because it was a low snap, and they could not do the handoff.
And that's about the 4th or 5th low snap,
that's not just a once-in-a-while thing. That's happened an awful lot with those snaps. That's something you got to get corrected. I was going to say before that about the penalties, these type of things. Okay, tonight you're athletically a little better than Chris River. You're making them, but when you get into those games, remember they got Cocoa on the schedule this year.
North Marion.
They're at North Marion, South Sumter. I mean, when you get into those games, those are the things that
are going to cost you in the end.
You get a touchdown called back against South Sumter, that could be the difference in the game.
That could be the difference.
We saw that here last year.
Snap, blitz coming up the middle. It's going to be Lee. He's going to try to take it himself. Quarterback keeper goes up the middle.
Wow, big hit.
Lays his head down and runs over somebody and gets all the way down. I won't call it the 15-yard line, 16-yard line.
That would
3rd
be
and long.
Scary if you're in this area and you know that Javon Lee's got 2 more years at quarterback. Yeah. He can throw the ball pretty good. He's obviously a load running the ball as well.
Just under 3 minutes now left in this first half as Dunellen's threatening inside the 20-yard line of Chris River. Single setback. Side Lee on the right-hand side. Trip receivers. He goes in motion across. With 2 steps, throws a deep ball. It's a jump ball to Goolsby. Goes up and touchdown. No contest on that one. No flags on the play at this point. And it's touchdown. 2:38 left to go in the first half. And that's Maurice Goolsby, number 9.
I mean, that
6'5", 196. Throw it up for grabs.
And
Why
he can
not?
jump in the clouds. So
I was going to say, if you whether you like or don't like Florida State, if you remember a few years ago, Kelvin Benjamin and Jameis. I mean, that's sort of what you see out there. I mean, it's a mismatch. I don't see how you can cover him if the ball is thrown in the right spot. And
it was
in the corner of the end zone, and all he had to do was jump and high point it. He did, and it was pretty easy.
Yeah, he was covered by Dexter White, 5'11", so it's 6.6 extra there. They're going to 2 for 2, and Chris River takes him to Tyreek Scriven on a blast inside and takes down Lee for a loss.
But we have a flag on the play.
And it's going to be celebration.
And it could be a horse collar, maybe. Personal foul, horse collar.
That's what they're saying, horse collar. A little jawing back and forth. Got some jawing going back and forth between the Chris River players in Dunellen for that. Let's see what they're going to do here.
Coach Lewis did not like that call. He's halfway out of.
I mean, if it's a horse collar, which what he signaled, it's a half the distance call on the extra point try.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the discussion could be unless now they've changed their mind. Chris River players are clapping their hands.
Yeah, I think they kind of the referee was going to call it, and they're talking about it. They're knocking it off. So.
Well,
yeah, but why are they marking it off from the 10?
That's what I was trying to figure out. That wasn't. Are they confused on that was an extra point try?
Well, I didn't
and I think that's what Tony Lewis and the Chris River staff is saying. Do you guys realize what? This wasn't the play before the touchdown.
Yeah.
This was the extra point try.
So you shouldn't be playing it again.
Yeah, you decline it.
No, I'm confused as everybody right now. 2:38. I know there's a 2:38.
The penalty on the offensive team with an extra point try, I think, nullifies the play.
If you decline it, the try is no good. Now, the only thing it looks like they're doing.
They accepted it. So they moved it back to the 21-yard line, so they're going to retry.
But if they would have declined it, they'd have got the ball.
Well, I think we thought the penalty was on Crystal River for horse collar, but it obviously wasn't. So the penalty was on Dunellen, so you move them back.
And they're going to give us the shot.
15 yards.
Low snap again. Every time it's a low snap. Just a jump ball in the middle. It's intercepted. That's a direct screw, and he can't return that ball on an extra point. So 2:38 left in this first half, 28-0.
Should it be this difficult in the first week?
I know. I am. My head is spinning right now with all the stuff that's gone on.
I never saw that.
Well, no offense to the head referee, because I'm sure he's a fine man and does an excellent job, but he's lacking in the communication skills of the calls to not only the coaches but just the crowd in general, because he actually did signal horse collar against Crystal River, which is pretty simple.
So they should have moved it up a half distance. Yard and a half line, and now you're going for 2.
And then they decide somehow the penalty is on Dunellen, but never signaled it. And everybody.
But it should have ended the play.
We're actually discussing that. The fans are going, we have no clue what's going on. We don't either. So we're trying to figure it out ourselves. We're debating what they called and what they didn't call. First they called one, then they called the other. So we're just kind of figuring out. 2:38 left to go with 28.
Well, it was obviously a big penalty against Dunellen because it knocked it back 15 yards.
Yes. So it had to be a personal foul of some
sort. They obviously
sort.
called a personal foul or a horse collar against Dunellen, but who wasn't? Maybe one of their players did a personal foul penalty and grabbed the horse collar, I guess. That's all I can come up with.
There's a kickoff return by Chris River all the way down to the 45-yard line. 2:31 left in this first half. First positive yardage they've got on special teams tonight. Number 26, number 24, Chris River. That's Jaden Williams on the return.
There's more questions than answers in this first half.
There is.
We don't know why DeAndre Parker's not playing. We don't know what's going on with the officials. We do know the scoreboard is right, and it's 28-0.
Where's our sideline reporter? That's what we need.
Well, we're working on her.
Excuse me. 2:31 left in the first half.
Now what are we doing?
There's another flag or something.
Another flag.
So they're moving it back. This has been a back and forth game, not only from the team standpoint, but the referee standpoint, as they're really working.
If this is the first time this crew has been together.
That's what I was just going to say.
I believe it is.
Hernando has added another touchdown. Now 27-0. So the Leopards looking good in their season opener right now. Lecanto 32-0. They are behind right now in the third quarter.
They're playing that team out of the Bahamas.
Yes, they are.
Empty backfield now. New set for Chris River as 4 receivers on the far side, and we got a flag before it's even snapped.
He just
likes delay a game because he was looking at and kind of nerd out there. So
Brooksville Central and Springstead in the first quarter. They are tied 0-0. No update from Citrus. The last score we had was 6-0. Citrus was trailing in that game. Brooksville Central has now just found the end zone. They are ahead 7-0. Nature Coast still listed as up 6-0, but these are first quarter scores, and we know they're way beyond the first quarter.
A little bubble screen. We got
another
a
flag.
flag and a hold on the other side.
You're going to have yep, on that.
It stops the clock with 2:25 to go. Is going to move it back even more. There's a chop block. Calling a chop block underneath.
And I will say this in the officials' defense. Regardless of the score, regardless of how many flags you've already thrown, if there's a penalty, you got to call it.
Yes.
I mean, it's your job. There's safety issues. I mean, so I don't like all
and
the
on
flags,
the positive
but you got
side
to do
of
it.
You're going to have Price Harrison. You're going to have Tony Lewis.
You think you should stop throwing flags?
I should say 30-25 to go.
This will be the big discussion.
Now, I mean, well, there's if you're calling tight holding on every play, you can loosen it up a little bit.
That's the difference.
But if there's a chop block,
you have to call it.
You got to call it. You see a hold out in the open field that allows a play to break free or not break free, you do have to call those.
There's a handoff to the tailback as he gets pulled down. Now we got.
And then you got to tell us what the heck he just called too.
That's what I'm with. You can't tell from here, or even the fans can't tell what the play or they're calling on the field.
And it's second down and forever.
I'm not even going to add that up. I don't have enough toes or fingers. It's 150 and counting left in this first half. 28-0. Down leads.
Danella might use a timeout here after the next play, perhaps.
Trying to get back on the field so they can get one more before the half. Wardlow now with a single setback. Tight end to the near sideline with not a high snap.
Motion
there too. So
on number 3 for Crystal River.
You have to call that.
Yeah.
He was already to the line.
This isn't arena football where you can just start going ahead of time.
Yeah, Dennis's Storm, Brett, is playing tomorrow night for the championship.
Yes, they are.
I'll bet he's excited.
How many teams are in that now? Like 3?
There's just 2.
There's five teams in the league.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
It's the Storm and Philly tomorrow from Philly.
They're 2 of the top teams.
I think Dennis has a player on that team he's an agent for.
Single setback behind Wardlow. Blitz coming, and it's going to be pressure,
Oh,
and the ball's
not
out.
good.
And they're going to call that a fumble.
That would be
fumble.
A fumble recovered by Dunellen. First and goal with 1:13 left as Wardlow was swarmed.
That would be one of those. You have super slow-mo replay. You could probably look to see if his arm was going forward, but at real speed, he was popped right as he was about to throw it.
And Dunellen's so quick you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So Dunellen will get another chance here with 1:13 left, leading by 28 points. First and goal at the Chris River 4-yard line. Goolsby out wide to the near sideline. Power I formation with Lee with single setback to his right. I formation. Low snap again, handoff, and it's bobbled by Lee and couldn't get the handoff out, and they lose yardage on that. Again, that low snap is really hurting Dunellen.
They've had quite a few of those.
Yeah.
1 minute to go in the second quarter.
They're going to call a timeout here as they talk about trying to get 6 more points on the board before the end of the quarter. 58 seconds left, 28-0. Dunellen leads here at Richard Kennedy Stadium in Dunellen Tiger football land.
the idea that McGregor would then fight Floyd again, or might fight Paulie Malignaggi, or might go.
All right, it's halftime now as we have reestablished contact with the guys out at Dunellen and Richard Kennedy Field out there. So let's go back to them, find out what's going on at the half. Guys?
The summer clearance sale is the best time to buy. Hurry in for our biggest savings on our best selection.
With clearance pricing on every new Chevrolet in stock, now's the time to buy. Hurry in or go to lovechevysales.com and choose from our best selection of new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Not only will you get clearance pricing, buy any new Chevy at Love Chevrolet with 0 down or get 0% financing up to 72 months on our most popular models. Drive a new 2017 Cruise, just $179 a month. A 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $199 a month. Looking for a new truck? Save up to $10,000 on a new Chevy Silverado double cab today. Get clearance pricing on our best selection at Love Chevrolet or lovechevysales.com.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Chevrolet. On Highway 44 in Inverness, come in and see what Love can do for you.
24 months, 10,000 miles per year. Offers on approved credit. 500 do it signing plus tax, title, license, and fees.
You know, there's different kinds of tanks. There's the American M1 tank, the worldwide T90S tank. But the most feared tank in the world is the full septic tank. Don't call the National Guard if you've got this tank battle on your hands. They can't help. Call Mike Scott Plumbing. For over 30 years, they've dealt with a world of septic tank battles. Details? You don't want them. Mike Scott Plumbing. Online and everywhere. 886-314-4443.
The Honda Celebration sales event is on at Love Honda. Hurry in for the biggest savings on our best selection of new Hondas. Love Honda is making it easier than ever to drive the new Honda you want today. 0 down and $199 a month puts you in a new 2017 Honda Accord LX sedan. Plus, we'll cover the maintenance for 3 years. Your new Accord for Love Honda will cost you $3,000 less than Camry. Unbeatable. 0 down, $199 a month, and free maintenance for 3 years with similar low monthly payments on every new Honda. The Honda Celebration sales event is the best time to buy at Love Honda. See all our specials at lovehonda.com, then hurry in and save.
Go anywhere in the world first, but check with Chad last, and you'll save like nowhere in the world at Love Honda. On Highway 19, between Homosassa and Crystal River. Come and see what Love can do for you.
36 months, 12,000 miles per year. 0 do it signing plus tax, title, license, and any deal options. On approved credit. See dealer for details.
Friday Night Football here on CBS Sports 104.3. Coming up on the second half, your score here, Gun Island Tigers 28, Chris River Pirates 0. Mostly all Gun Island, to be honest with you. A lot of airfield first half, turnover field first half, big play field first half, yellow flag penalties first half.
Well, as bad as it is,
we had it all.
We had everything that you wanted in a football game and a half.
How about Hernando High tonight, up 47-0 right now, as they are dominating 5A. That's pretty impressive stuff right there from.
That's a good coach, Hernando.
Yeah, I mean we said if you give Coach Benet time, there could be an opportunity for them to turn things around. Springstead and Brooksville Central, they are tied up at 7 apiece. That game in the second quarter after a little bit of a delay. We mentioned that Cocoa team that Denellen will face later this year. They're in a battle right now against Trinity Christian. That's 17-14 in the third quarter. That is a very good football game. Two very good teams going at it right now. And as we mentioned, Lecanto having a tough time tonight over at Crescent City. Looks like they're going to lose their season opener.
DeAndre Parker here warming up with Logan Wardlow on the sidelines, but he still has not put his rib pads together, so it's not looking good for him playing either. But we'll see if he does kind of strap him up really quick. Both of them have their helmets off and throwing to each other, trying to get the ball down and get that warm up here. So coming into this game, it's actually turned out to be a beautiful night. I mean, it's for a Florida evening. It's a little warm, but
as long as the storms hold out, we'll be all right.
Yeah, it's been lightning over there in the far thing, and in fact, we had gotten hit here on our power surge here, and our power bar went out. That's why you didn't hear us in the.
We need to apologize to our listeners for that. We had a little 10-minute delay, technical
difficulties on that, but that was because of Mother Nature.
Okay, I've done my research as one of the part of the broadcast crew, technical live stream, and also your sideline reporter.
Well, that's why we got you here.
DeAndre Parker suffered an ankle or knee injury. I'm not sure which, but that injuries will cause him to be out tonight. They're not going to play him.
Warm-ups?
No, not warm-ups. warm-ups sometime during the week.
Okay. He does have wrap on his ankle now that I can see it, his left ankle.
Yes.
So he'll be not tonight. That's not a good thing for Chris River, but see if they can come back here down by 28 points. Here at the home field of the Dunn Tigers, Richard Kennedy Stadium. And Richard Kennedy, by the way, if you don't know who he is, won 2 state championships here, 78 and 79.
Well, you deserve to get the stadium named after you then.
Yes. I think that's when he had Ernie Mills here.
He had Mills and he had quarterback. I forget who it was. I played against him at that point too. I think.
Of course,
80 and 81.
Ernie went on
80.
fame for the Steelers.
Yep. They've got a lot of good players coming out of Dunn. And they've got a lot of, like you said, we talked at halftime about feeder programs. And Dunn has one of the better ones right now. About 40 seconds as we get ready for a kickoff. And Chris River is going to have to regroup here and try to see if they can get some points on the board just to salvage some positive.
I need some positive plays offensively too. And the problem is you're going to face probably a few of the starters from Dunellen at least for a couple of series, and then you got the younger kids from Dunellen that are, as we talked about, they're going to try to make an impression too. I mean, they're battling for playing time and want to get out there.
And this is really where you see a short squad from Crystal River maybe take a toll here in the second half, because now Dunellen can come in with their other team. As Brett said, they want to earn a starting spot, so they're going to go out, they're going to show the coach what they've got. But then when you look at Crystal River, they just don't quite have the bodies to go and mix.
Yeah, I think the speed is really what amazes me on, and all parts, not
they're quick.
not just the skill positions. You're talking about the line positions, being able to get off their blocks and knock people over and get to those gaps that they need on defense. It really makes a difference when you can, get past the lineman before he even sets up the block.
The other thing for Dunellen too is you talked about how upset Price Harris probably was. You don't have as many practices as you want. You don't have as much time to get prepared for the next game. So you want your guys, your starters, to be in there playing as much as you can.
Yeah.
So, that's the difficult thing you have here. How much do you play your starters in the third quarter? Because they need reps, and you need to iron these things out.
Jaden Williams and Tyrex Scrivens back deep for Chris River, standing on the 15-yard line. Number 25, Javon Lee, going to do the kicking duties for Dunellen as they get ready here for the start of the second half. There's a whistle and it blows. A pooch kick, a very high kick, and a spare kick.
Another one on the
Another
offside.
Offsides by Dunellen as the first play of the second half, and a yellow hanky on the ground.
We didn't even get one tick off the clock.
Yeah, it's still 12 on the clock there. As he had a fair catch by number 11, which is smart, Tyler Sandek. As they're trying to get the ball back quickly, it looks like Dunellen with that pooch kick.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's a jump ball to the end, trying to kick it to the far side of the field and have their speed guys rush down and get it. And
you've got Jace Williams. You've got some tall players on this right-hand side here.
Yeah, the first one that he landed at about 12 yards past the line of scrimmage was about perfect. That one was probably 15 or 20 easier for one of the upbacks to get. So I think what they're trying to do is kick it high about 10, 12 yards, and it's like a jump ball or an alley-oop.
And we're going to do it again.
Ball's placed on the far sideline. There's a kick down to the middle, and there's a flag kick, and we've got another flag. And we haven't even got started. We got motion again on Dunellen. So there's no ticks on the clock, and we've moved back 10 yards. I think
you line up and kick it. He's just going to say, let's line up and kick it, guys, okay?
Yeah.
And stand 15 yards back and go ahead and just see what happens.
Coach Harris is kind of trying to tell the guys, just don't run until the ball's kicked now.
Yeah, he just wants to see him kick it.
So now the ball is placed on the 30-yard line. Chris River players are on the Dunellen 42, lining up, and here's the kick again. Another high pooch, and there's a fair catch at the Chris River 48-yard line by number 11, Tyler Sandek. And we'll start out there 1st and 10 as we get this second half started already.
Now, if you're, football junkie and you can't stand all the time off like me, and I've been watching some Canadian Football League, you notice after they score, they just give the team who got scored on the ball at the 25 or 30-yard line. They don't bother with the kickoff. They don't mess around with any of this other junk, and the game goes. We might want to think about that.
Yeah. I didn't watch where they punted the ball 4 times back and forth to each other. So here we go. First series of the second half for Cruz River. They're going to go. Twin receivers both left and right. And we're going to have motion back, and that's going to be scrimmage. It's going to come to the sideline. It's going to be an option play. Logan Warlow pitches it out, and he's just bottled up. And the ball dropped, and it's picked up by Cruz River's fullback. I believe that's number 20,
and
Jaden
a flag.
Williams, and then we've got another flag coming after that. So it's going to be 3 flags on 3 plays that we've had.
Are you keeping track
Someone's
of the flags?
I've given up on the penalties.
We're going to have to book a room in downtown Dunellen for spending the night.
So it's really dragging it down. That's going to be against Dunellen again.
How
That's
does
3.
that happen?
And this is 15. This has got to be a personal foul of sorts.
At the end of the play where they
piled on, maybe.
Yeah, you can see it. There's no call from the referee.
No. We don't anybody know about it. We just kind of assume everyone understands. He's thinking about it now.
He's going to go over there and
keeps
just yell
reaching.
at somebody.
Well, he wants his PA system to work, and it doesn't. It hasn't worked.
No.
So he doesn't.
hand signal.
But his flag and whistle work.
Flag and whistle. He can throw. He's got a good arm's going to be tired. The ice bucket.
So I formation with a shotgun formation. Quick toss to the near sideline. It's going to be scrimmage. He's going to cut inside. Get to the 45. Inside. Down on territory. All the way down to the 40. A good run. Who gets the first down. That's the first down
for Crystal River in the game.
So it's 11:40 left in the second half, and that's the first down that Crystal River gets as they start 1st and 10 at the Dunellen 40-yard line. Twin receivers to the far sideline again. I formation, pistol formation behind Wardlow as he's 3 yards behind the center. Snap. Quick toss to Scriven, who's going to get bottled up real quick by the defensive ends there for Dunellen. No gain at all. In fact, loss of about 5 yards on that. It'll be 2nd and 15.
I think that toss right needs to
go away.
Cease to exist right now because that Dunellen defense, that left side of the Dunellen front is in there in the backfield just waiting for it every time.
That's Tyree Fraser, who's the linebacker on that side, shooting the gap on the outside and making the tackle. So we're going to get again Logan Warlow in place of DeAndre Parker, who is injured, out for this game. I formation. Single receiver on either side. Handoff to the right side. Good battle. Good leg churn.
Almost back to the line of scrimmage.
That's Jaden Williams on the run. Gets all the way down close to the original line of scrimmage. Gain of about 4.
Going to be 3rd and 12.
Twin receivers left and right. Balls in the center of the field. 10-22, 28-0. Dunellen leads. Still looking to the sideline for the calls. Trying to get it off. The whistle's already blown. It's taking a long time to get this signal in.
Yeah, they got to hurry.
I mean, that's crazy that they're waiting this long. But they got to call a timeout. They got to call a timeout. So Chris River takes a timeout because they can't get the signals in. So even the coaches are needing to get stuff in. 9:59 here left in this third quarter. 28-0 is your score. Dunellen leads comfortably over the Chris River Pirates. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
The summer sales event is on at Nick Nicholas Ford Inverness. Take advantage of 0% Ford credit financing for up to 2 months, plus $1,000 Ford trade-in assistance. And don't miss Nick Nicholas Ford's hot new and pre-owned super sale, including 16 new Ford F-150s with cash incentives up to $14,000 off MSRP. Nick Nicholas is Ford Country. Shop local with the family that cares. Nick Nicholas Ford, Highway 44 Inverness. See dealer for all details.
Your official station for NASCAR racing news, CBS Sports, high school sports, Rays baseball, Gator football, Gator basketball, and more. This is WYKE English 104.3 FM.
Logan Wardlow with a two-step drop, gets pressure, rolls out the right side, makes a nice pass.
Oh,
and he
another
is
flag.
Drilled. That's intended for number 9. Sorry, number
flag was before
3.
the hit. That was a vicious
Kyle
hit.
Robinson was intended for it, and that was number 4, I believe, Kyrie Frazier.
And they're marking this as a completion.
Well, they have to figure out what the penalty is first.
I think it was an illegal shift in the backfield.
Yeah, it was against Crystal River. And now they did call it incomplete because Denellen went ahead and declined the penalty.
And that's going to make it 4th down and 12.
And they're going to go ahead and go for this, not punt. They're trying to get the signals off now. Some confusion in the back. They're going to go trip receivers to the far sideline. Wardlow, again, with number 20, Jaden Williams, behind him. And the shotgun. Ball's on the far side far side hash line. And there's a blitz coming up the middle, outside. Right up the middle. Pressure. Goes in the middle, across the middle, and almost picked off. Intended for number 8, Tyreek Scriven. And good play by number 6, Donnell, and that's Stefan Kratzenberg, strong safety, coming up and trying to make the pick. 9:45 left in this third quarter. Turnover on downs. Donnell takes over first possession of the second half.
Score update: Seven Rivers Christian at the half is ahead of Branford, the Buccaneers, 20-0. Springstead ahead of Brooksville, 14-7. Nature Coast leads IMG 8-0.
Wow.
Hernando has extended their lead to 54-0. Weeki is ahead of Lake Weir, 20-14.
There's a snap. Lee's going to do a bubble screen. And that's Jace Williams or Maurice Goolsby. I can't tell now. And he pulls down and gets a great gain. That is Goolsby, I believe, number 9. It is. A little bubble screen out there to the far sideline. Goolsby takes it for a good 6 yards. 2nd and 4.
And he really made something out of nothing.
Pretty much.
After the catch.
Good running by Goolsby, who's going to be somebody to look at, really. He's a junior, 6'5", so you'll see him next year.
And he's got a good set of hands on him.
He does. Twin receivers to the near sideline. They're going left to right on your radio. That's going to be a quarterback keeper by Lee, who takes it and then goes steps up the middle, and then it gets wrapped up there right at the first down marker. It looks like they're going to give it to him, so it'll be 1st and 10 as they give him forward progress. Inside the Crystal River territory at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10 for Dunellen.
The energy and enthusiasm taken out of this game. Penalties have a lot to do with it. Score has something to do with it.
The power formation, I formation with this shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Jace Williams on the left side. Then he cuts back inside, twists and turns, and gets all the way down to the 40-yard line.
They just hit them holes so quick.
2nd and 2 right now. Yep. Jace Williams is just explosive on that outside. 8:19 and counting. And this is the first drive of the second half for Dunellen.
And it wouldn't surprise me, though, if Coach Harris left this team in there just to work out the kinks, the bugs.
Into the into the fourth quarter.
I think he'd like to see him finish the drive off for sure.
Twin receivers to the far sideline. There's going to be a jet sweep to the near sideline of the 40. Number 30 cuts back inside, twists and turns, and keeps on his feet. Almost thrown out of bounds, and then goes all the way down to, let's say, the 31-yard or 21-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Dunellen. That's number 1, Cameron Matt. And we have another flag.
And he's down. No.
Got an injury.
And he got twisted around. That's happened. You cut back sometimes, and you run into the defenders cutting across at you. And he's getting up, though. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
There we go. It was Cameron Massey down, senior, 6'1", the ones we thought would be a quarterback, but Javon Lee has taken that position. He's limping up. He's going to be okay. Clock stops at 7:49 with Dunellen driving in Crystal River territory at their Crystal River 21-yard line. Dunellen going left to right on your radio. dressed all in red with red helmets and a black stripe on the back.
I can't figure that out.
Don't know what that is.
That's that new. That's that new look. You see it better on a light color. Navy had it with all white and then blue on the bottom half. Lecanto had it a little bit last year with the white and green.
Trips receivers. That's going to be a bubble screen to Jace Williams. He's going to cut it down to the 10. There's a
flag.
and it's going to be coming back. Touchdown, but
holding.
This will be coming back as his holding is going to be called.
Going to be a holding penalty.
There's another 6 points that is off the board for
Yeah.
Dunn.
Now that one looked very legit. I mean, you had two receivers downfield blocking, and as they were holding guys up that long, because it was kind of slow developing. It takes that long. Usually you're going to get called for a hold.
They're going to move the ball back from the point of the foul, spot of the foul.
I think they take the penalty now from the spot of the foul instead of the line of scrimmage.
Yep. So that ball is only at the
Still
16-yard line, still first down. So trip receivers to the near sideline. Low snap again. Hand off to Jace Williams up the right. He cuts out inside, spins, and then gets down inside the 10-yard line. So they mark it. Be first and goal for Dunellen.
And I don't see a flag.
No. It's a positive, one play.
Yes.
All situated on the 8-yard line of Chris River. First and goal for Dunellen. 7:17 left in the third quarter. Going to go trip receivers to the far sideline. Goop, the tall, lanky one, way out wide. One-on-one. There's a handoff. That's Jace Williams again. It just busts his way up the middle.
That's hard running.
Wide open. Touchdown, Dunellen.
Well,
started at 34 now. As Dunellen is going to be looking at if this extra point goes through. It could be a run going forward.
One of the things I'm sure Tony Lewis and Chris River will talk about is, you know what, as bad as this was, it was a little bit worse last year, and we still recovered and made it to the playoffs.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
You gotta forget it because these games now, it's not like you got 3 games to get ready for district, and if you lose one district game, you can still slide into that second spot. Now it becomes almost you got to win them all to make sure you're in. And then we see why Dunellen may be going for 2 points.
Yeah, the point after attempt was no good, and it did not look good at all.
No.
So last year they had a fantastic last 2
couple
years.
of years, yeah.
They had Kyle West. I mean, Mr. West was a beautiful kicker. So,
Difference maker.
Well, and that's something that they're going to have to worry about when they go down to Cocoa Beach and they play the better teams that do have kickers that can make a difference in the long run. So they got to watch that. Maybe mind the soccer team here coming up.
Well, Price might be out
Is
there.
that what
Monday
they
to
always
soccer
do? They
practice
just
recruiting somebody.
steal those talented athletes from the soccer field. Make them come. Get Christopher at a kicker for the soccer team, right?
Yeah, put all this stuff on. Kick it through that little area right there, Mr. Aguayo.
Haven't seen a lot of Chris Rivers' kicker. Looks like it lists as Travis Hood, a senior. Do you have bio on him? You familiar with him?
I'm not familiar with him.
Oh, maybe he didn't play soccer.
Maybe he did not play soccer.
That's not a good sign.
And we're going to alley-oop kick, I'm sure, for an onside.
I just hope we kick it deep.
6:54 here left in the third quarter, 34-0. So the running clock will not start until they score
he could
again.
be practicing too, Brett, his extra point kicks.
Well, I would have him kicking the extra points. But the way he's kicking those,
yeah, just do that.
Yeah, he would be my extra point guy right now.
Well, he was the one that kicked the extra point.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the kicker.
Well, then he just needs to line up sideways.
Well, that would be it.
He kicks a little better that way.
So Chris River take over. Second possession of the second half. 34 points. Ball will be placed at the 36-yard line, near side hash mark. Chris River dressed all in white with blue helmets, going right to left on your radio. Two tight end formation. Snap. Wardlow's rolling to the right. He's going to scramble now. He's going to cut back to the inside. Good little gain
Good
for
gain
Wardlow.
there.
Gets down to the 43-yard line, 41-yard line. I'm saying his knee went down at the 41. So it'll be second and call it 4.
Too, I think if you're on both sides, but Chris River as well, to kind of toe that line of, okay, how many kids do we want to get in the game? Do we risk having one of our main guys who plays both ways get hurt? It's a long season. It's only week number 1.
Motion across Wardlow's face. Inside handoff. That's Jaden Williams, number 3.
First down.
I'm sorry, that's Kyle Robinson, number 3, as he goes to the right side, gets a first down. At the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Crystal River. Second first down of the game for Crystal River. Tyree Scriven now back at tailback with Robinson in front. And we have a referee's timeout.
Water break.
Water break, so they're going to take a quick break. We got 6 minutes left with Crystal River down 34 points. We'll take a quick break here while they take a water break. You're listening to Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. You, Tampa Bay, this month we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
Friday Night Football right here on CBS Sports 104.3. Want to recognize that we are live streaming on YouTube. I'm going to go to CBS Sports Radio 104.3. That's CBS, one word, Sports Radio, one word, 104.3, one word. And you can watch it live right here from Richard Kennedy Stadium. Chris River, 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Snap. Wardle looking, throws a deep ball down the sideline. He's wide open. It's in his hands and dropped. As Xavier Francis McCullough, who had the ball in his hand, a perfect throw by Ward.
And had his man beat.
And a streak route down the line, but just could not get it. Kind of got done on off guard a little bit there because that coverage was tight, but then the speed of McCullough kind of kept it out there. He knew he had it, but just dropped it. Clock stops at 5:44. I formation behind Wardlow, who's in the shotgun. Snap coming and then blitz up the front. Pitch. Tyree Scriven, who's if he's going to make all these yards himself, then it's finally just brought down. As he ran about 15 yards laterally left and right, but never got any more. He's got a cramp, looks like.
Yeah, you hope that's all it
I hope
is, right?
It's a cramp because I didn't see him get hit that bad unless he twisted it. So Scriven is down with 5:26 left in the third quarter. Yeah, it is a cramp. They're pulling it up.
A little bit more, though, offensively from Crystal River. We've seen them now last 2 possessions. They've gotten a
moved the ball
first
pretty
down,
good.
and there was a chance for a big play just off the receiver's fingertips. So a few things I think you look forward to if you're Crystal River to talk about after the end of the game. And I'm sure that's part of what Coach Lewis was talking about. Okay, let's win the second half. Let's win the third quarter. Let's try to win the fourth quarter. And, we'll get these things fixed. And that's the most important thing. And like I said, a lot more important games down the line. This is a rivalry game. I mean, a lot of these kids maybe even went to the same middle school together, know each other, played football against each other. So it's important, but you've got to, as these kids, you got to realize there's bigger games, and you can't let this one hang over and drag into the next week or the week after. Then you're in really big trouble.
Have you seen anything? I mean, you guys are dealing with a lot more than I am on your weekly show, but have you seen a little more migration from kids playing at different schools versus what it was before with the, now we got open borders basically. You see kids transferring over.
I don't think you see much of that here in Citrus County. You might in Hernando.
I mean, not in the season, but before the season started.
Well, yeah. I mean, remember too with the new rule this year, you can transfer season to season, semester to semester. I mean, you can for no reason either. I mean, if you want to play football at Crystal River and basketball at Lecanto, you can do that with that new rule. We'll see how much of the. I mean, look, there's from the dawn of time till now, you're going to hear no matter what county, what state, you're going to hear about kids going somewhere to play. football because of a coach or a program.
Just like IMG, they got them coming in out of Georgia and South Carolina.
Yeah, that's a different kind of animal.
Yeah.
The middle blitz coming from Dunellen as they're faking up on the line. They've got two players now. They're going to back off. Now one's coming up.
What are you going to call there? There was offside movement up front.
Not sure. We got the referee who's going to.
And you had a back in motion.
There's a motion.
Illegal procedure, Crystal River.
Dunellen's certainly not calling off the pressure, though, are they? I mean,
no.
They're still coming, and I think that's their defense. That's how they play.
Yes, I think that's what Coach Harris teaches.
Devontae Lader's the outside linebacker. He was coming on a blitz through the A gap, but motion on Chris Rivers moves him back 5. Ball sitting on the 34-yard line. 22 yards to go.
You mentioned IMG, that their second team, which is the non-traveling team, when Nature Coast was ahead of in the first quarter. They are in a weather delay. That's why that game is still
weather delay
in the first quarter. 6-0 Nature Coast Tech.
Twin receivers left and right. Wardlow looking to pass. He's rolling out the right. He's going to scramble now. He's going to drop back and he's going to throw a ball, and it's intercepted. That's Gouldsby. It was kind of sitting down between the receiver and the quarterback, and I can't get that, but I'm pretty sure it is because he's the tallest guy out there.
And he
That's
tripped
exactly
over
what
his
he
own
did.
player, or there was 6.
I mean, he just sat there and watched Wardlow's eyes, and Wardlow did not see him, and he just jumped right up and picked it off and had a chance to take it all the way to the house, but fell down inside the 30. And that was a good job by Wardlow to escape the pressure and get an opportunity to make a play, but as you said, did not see the defender sitting down on that route, and it was an easy pick.
So 1st and 10 for Dunellen. And we've got a timeout.
Scriven's got problems with his helmet.
4 minutes left in the third quarter as Scriven gets his helmet back on, and now we're going to get restarted again. Chase Williams coming out. That's number 18, it looks like, for Dunellen coming in. Linwood Daniels, Jr. is going to be the running back. Motion across the backside. Low snap again, and got the handoff off, but it slowed him down. That's number 28. That's the freshman. A.J. Hamilton.
There was that snap again, Mike, that rolled on the turf.
And I can count right now. It's probably at least 15 snaps like that I've seen that go on the floor there. So your center is
seems like they're far more like that than good ones, right?
Yes.
That'll be a point of emphasis this week, I would think.
Lee now in the shotgun with a single setback to his left. Motion across the face. Number 5. Low snap. Bubbled handoff, but Christopher gets in there. Number 13, handed off and goes to the right side. Escapes one tackle, gets down to the 30-yard line. It'll stop right there, so it'll bring up 3rd down and long.
But here again, Dunn made something out of nothing. He was actually trapped in the backfield.
You're seeing some unfamiliar numbers coming in now. You'll see number 2, number 13 in the backfield. I don't even have those numbers on there. Number 5, that's Jermaine Thomas, a junior, getting some playing time. Now we got it. The freshman in the slot on the left-hand side. Low snap, and we got a flag on the play, and we're going to have some more movement as the play is called dead.
Motion.
2:48 left in the third quarter.
Whew. Fernando, final score 54-0 over 5A. So shutout and a bunch of points for the Leopards in that game. Springstead ahead of Brooksville Central 14-7. In that game, Seven Rivers has expanded their lead now. It's 41-0 over Branford. Weeki ahead of Lake Weir 20-14. In our game, 34-0 with 2:34 left to go here in the third quarter.
Trip receivers to the far sideline. Snap. 2-step drop. Looking. Got plenty of time. Throws a deep ball to the far corner. Nobody's there. And an interception goes right through the hands of number 4. That's 2 for him.
Darius Orr was just playing. Look, he's playing center field, just waiting for that fly ball to drop in his glove, but sailed over his head. Couldn't get up high enough.
That might not have been a bad play for Crystal River.
Well,
if Dunellen can't convert here, yes. If Dunellen can't convert here, Crystal River's going to get the ball back in pretty good field position.
You're seeing a lot of clean shirts coming in on Dunellen now. They're starting to filter them in so they can get some playing time. The line has changed dramatically from the starting.
A lot of younger kids, leaner kids.
Lee is still in the quarterback position. We haven't seen Massey or anybody come and take his place as he goes into shotgun. Two-step drop, looking, pressure coming, screen. That's a great little wide receiver screen at the middle, and he cuts a two to the outside, inside, and comes back to the outside, all the way down to the 10-yard line. Great run by number 5. That is Jermaine Thomas.
And a first down.
Quick update score for you. The Seven Rivers Christian has now defeated Branford 48-8. That is a final.
Thank you, Dennis. 2:11 left here at Richard Kennedy Stadium as Dunno is knocking on the door again with their reserves. It'll be first and goal from the 9-yard line. Trip receivers again to the far sideline. Ball's on the near side hash mark. One setback to Lee's left. Low snap again. He picks it up, looking, throws an out pattern, way out and caught, and dropped down there as a gain of about 3 or 4 yards, depending on where they spot it down. That's number 5 again, Jermaine Thomas. They're saying it was not incomplete. They're going to bring him back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second and goal. 1:51 left in the third quarter. Twin receivers to the far sideline. Ball's on the right side hash mark. Lee. Blitz coming up the middle. Christopher backs off. There's the blitz coming up. Low snap again. And the ball's there. It's looks like it was fumbled, but they got it back. Number 13 handoff. I don't have him on our roster, so I don't know who that is. But the low snap continues to mess up the timing of the handoff.
And they're still making positive plays with all of those bad snaps.
But that's got to be a concern with Price Harris coming into Monday's practice with those kids.
You think about the timing of some of these plays, and they're getting away with it tonight. But yeah, that's got to be fixed. And
well, if anybody's watching this center, if anybody's watching this film, they're going to be concentrating on putting a nose tackle around that.
Oh, you are, yeah.
I mean, that's they're worried about that block because they're blitzing right after the gap right there. Snap. Big throw, beautiful, and he was wide open. I don't know how he was covered, but that again, guess who? Number 9, Maurice Goolsby.
That kid, I'll tell you what,
junior.
He's going to have.
He's going to have a lot of touchdowns.
And that was just about in the third quarter, Mike, with the running clock going.
Yeah, it's going to continue on, and we may not even get this off. We'll see how that goes with down with 39 seconds left. They're going to try to get this extra point off. And again, Lee is going to try to do his thing, which he's kicking with his toe, and the ball's rolled again back to the snap. And we had a late substitution for Dunno. That's going to be.
That will end the quarter.
Yeah. They blew the clock dead, but it's still running. We're down to 10 seconds and counting. I don't think they're going to get this off. Now they're running the clock again in 5 seconds.
Clock should not be running on an extra point.
I know, that's what I say. Doesn't matter. But
unless they're doing it because
it runs all the time unless there's a timeout by a coach, I believe.
And there's another whistle. I have no clue. I'm not sure what's going on, but either way.
I thought I'd seen this over the summer, but I remember Maurice Goolsby did already commit to the University of Florida. No surprise that he's a D1 player, and boy,
he showed it tonight.
You can just look and perhaps think about throwing it up to Goolsby. I mean, he is the real deal. And he when he announced it, he said, "I'm committed. That's it. I don't want any more going on. That's it." So it's pretty much seen as a pretty firm commit. Had offers from Auburn and UCLA and a couple others. Now, there's a better kick, but there's a flag.
2 flags.
2 flag day now on 2 flag play.
Wow.
I'm just not sure what. I know they got a call. I know we've got to have penalties. We'll see what we're calling here. Not seeing.
If you're Jim McElwain, you got to be thrilled too, the way
Oh.
Goolsby looks, and realize another year. Maybe he's disappointed. He's got to wait another year to get him
that's what I was gonna say.
I mean, he looks like a man amongst boys as a junior, and I mean, if and I would assume Price Harris is going to have him in the weight room getting a little stronger. I mean, he's so big out there. I mean, and he uses his body so well
does.
too. You know, on the slants, he's not afraid to get his body in position. We've seen him on those fades in the corner. He goes up and high points the ball. I mean, that's a talented kid.
Kick blocked, and it's not going to be a back. So 40-0 is going to be your score as we end the third quarter. Finally, after 4 plays to try to get the quarter ended. And that being said, 40-0 is the score here. Dunn leads. Running clock coming. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Friday Night Football on CBS Sports 104.3.
The River, serving up a great time since 1985. Family want a pizza? House any large pizza up to 5 toppings for $9.99. An Ipswich clam strip basket with fries and slaw, $8.70. A half-fried chicken, 2 sides, garlic bread for $11.79. Try Dan's made from scratch sides. Potato salad, green beans, mashed potatoes with gravy. Beef O'Brady's is budget and family friendly. Beef O'Brady's, Gulf to Lake Highway at Highway 486 in the Publix Plaza.
Our low prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
For the latest news from NASCAR, keep it tuned to CBS Sports Radio. Every Saturday morning at 8, you'll hear direct from the drivers, the crew chiefs, and fans on NASCAR Live. Plus, listen for selected races throughout the year from the Motor Racing Network. NASCAR programming on CBS Sports Radio is brought to you by Bush Home Services, Nick Nicholas Ford Lincoln, Polarized Roofing, Mr. Pool, the Mike Scott family of businesses, Love Honda, Love Chevrolet, and Love Motorsports. NASCAR and the Motor Racing Network, it's here on CBS Sports Radio 104.3.
Welcome back to Friday Night Football here on CBS Sports 104.3. We are in Dunellen where the Dunellen Tigers are dominating the Chris River Pirates. 40-0 is your score at the start of the fourth quarter. Chris River was over. It'll be a running clock going forward now. They'll be starting their first possession of the fourth quarter on the 36-yard line, going left to right on your radio. Stack eye formation, and now we've got a timeout.
There's the timeout you talked about.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only way the clock will stop is a coach's timeout, and that's what we got.
Coach Tony Lewis.
I really think, Mike, that Crystal River played that bad tonight. They were just outmanned. I mean, you have to give Dunellen credit. They've got a team that I think we're going to see go far in the playoffs. As Brett has said, they've got a D1 commit going as a junior already to Florida. Their offensive line is big. Their defense is big, quick, and strong. And I just think that it just goes to show you what Price Harris has done here in bringing these along and getting them ready. And nothing against Coach Lewis and Crystal River. I think they've played a good ball game. You could just say they was outclassed.
I have to say, and I'm a graduate of Chris River, but you know, the Dunellen and Chris River are no more than 20 minutes apart. From a standpoint of that, it's just their program is the culture around Dunellen is football.
It's football.
And you know, unfortunately, Chris River has a lot of other options, but I don't see the culture or the feeder programs that go to Chris River that the way they do the Dunellen.
No.
Well, you've got a divided county with youth programs too, which affects.
That's very true.
Citrus, Lecanto, Crystal River, to some degree Seven Rivers as well. I mean, and that's, you know, there are advantages of being in a bigger area, and there's advantages. And I mean, you know, you see a lot of, you know, small town, small school powers because they have the ability to keep the kids running the same things for, you know, third grade all the way up to 12th grade. And sometimes that's a huge, huge advantage. You know, there are times when that doesn't work. I mean, when it's going bad, and you got coaching turnover, you know, that leads to people. But if you know, coach in a system that stays in the same place in a a small town. And at my small town, that doesn't mean you can't be a Class 5A or 6A school, but a town where you're not feeding 3 or 4 different
Well, the
high
thing was
schools.
that, and I'll agree with you on that, but there's an issue that you just said right there that is a key thing, is that coaching turnover makes a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when you had Earl Bramlin here in the Chris River in the 80s, you had Richard Kennedy for a long period of time. You had Beasley for almost 8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the continuity.
Makes a difference.
A continuity that parents want to see. They want to go there. They want to send their kids there.
And the kids want to play for those coaches.
Play for them. Exactly. So you get that continuity in there. That's fine. That's what Bryce Harris is doing right now. He's in his 3rd year. He's building it. He could be here for another 10 years if he wanted to be.
Yeah.
As we have a handoff for Chris River, Tyrus Scriven. It's just bouncing off players. A good run, hard run by Tyrus Scriven, who was actually injured a little bit for a while. Sat down to get down to the 49-yard line, be 3rd and about 7 yards.
And there's no one right way to build it or wrong way. Like I said, I mean, if you have a coach in a county where there's 6 different youth football programs, but one coach is coaching it better and that's where the kids want to go, they'll find their way into that youth football program. It happens all the time. But, the key is you've got to absolutely have some sort of stability with coaches, and it doesn't happen.
Well, if you look back in the days of the height, there's a big run by Wardlow. He's going to roll out, and he throws the ball, and he's knocked down. Number 17, intended for number 17, Taylor Morton. But number 54, Rodano knocked it down. That's Jose Neves. But if you look at, some of the times that they had the Chris River Sharks, and that was a feeder program for them. They ran the same stuff. The coaches knew each other. They brought the Sharks to the games. And the same thing with Citrus and the Hurricanes there. They brought those kids to the games and recognized that they want to play for that team. That's what's happening right now at Dunn.
Exactly.
You don't have that right. There is no Shark program at Chris River right now. They just started it up again. They're trying to get it back together, but it's been defunct for about a year or two. There's a punt by Chris River, and it's going to take a Chris River bounces. It goes all the way down to the 15-yard line into the 14-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Dunn. Running clock at 9 minutes right now. And what I've seen, as a coach, like you said, Brennan, and I totally agree with that, is the number of youth coaches now is dwindling. Good youth coaches, let's put it that way.
Yes.
Okay, everybody can coach. They think they can coach, but coaches that know how to coach the game and coach the kids.
And another thing, though, really, Mike, that people don't realize that in my world, it has kind of hurt athletics, is this AAU that's taken a hold. Now, just a year ago, Georgia started an AAU football program, and they're claiming that within 3 or 4 years, it's going to be AAU ball.
And AAU football dominates right
yes.
now.
Oh, it does. And baseball.
Yeah.
When you get these travel ball teams going and things like that,
Well,
they're playing 11 months a year. So as a college scout, do you want to come to a Dunellen Chris River game and watch one guy, or would you rather go to an AAU baseball game in high school and watch 18?
Well,
that's the difference.
Mike, you've seen it, and Coach, you've seen it too. I mean, there are a ton of different reasons, I think, why AAU and travel ball and all that has taken such a hold. There's a vanity to it. One of the things. I mean, parents like to say their kid plays
travel ball.
I don't think that's the overriding factor, but that's one of them. But I think what you talked about, Mike, is the fact that if you're a parent and you don't think your kid's getting good enough coaching, the travel ball offers better competition, and you hope that your kid figures out how to play at that level.
Yeah.
There's some parents that, and I'm one of those that realize I've reached my coaching limit, and the kids need to be challenged outside of where they're playing. And if you don't get it from the coaching, then you got to seek it elsewhere sometimes. And that's like you talked about, Mike. That's part of it. I mean, if you've got a coach or a series of coaches from the age of 10 to 15 and on up, it doesn't matter the competition. They're getting the coaching, and you'll see your kids get better. But if the coaches change year to year, or it's parents who just don't really know how to run a practice, but that's all there is because there's no one else volunteering, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's tough to get it going in the right direction when it's going wrong. Now, when it's going good, and the head coach of
Everybody's
the high
on
school
board.
program, whatever it is, football, baseball, basketball, all the way down, it's a beautiful thing. But when it's not, it's hard to start it and get it going. And I think that's what you're seeing a lot in Citrus and Hernando counties.
That's very true. There's a handoff to the running back for Dunlop, just piles up through the middle, gets close to the first down, and I'll bring up second and it was short. Yeah, I've experienced that. I was a coach for 25 years for soccer, and Coach Hamilton is going to attest to all this stuff. But I've reached a point where I could not, I know I'm not going to coach the next guy. I've coached kids that will go to the D2 level. I'm not going to be that coach right now. But I had a couple of kids that I coached. Austin Deanna right now playing for Boston University in soccer. I coached him as a 10-year-old. So those things are you got to recognize when you can start and stop. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to be that. So if I saw somebody that's going to be that availability, that I think they can go, send them to somebody else who's going to be able to do it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
They don't do that, though. The coaches won't do that. They'll try to hold those kids and say, I'll bring them.
And remember, the coaching is by and large, not by and large, 99. It's volunteer.
It is.
So are you gonna put in the hours to do the practice planning and the scheduling and all that, and put up with the headaches that parents give you? And it is a lot of headaches. I mean, it's not easy.
It is.
And and you see it a lot with the good high school football programs. They will either mandate or they will have their assistant coaches, their lower assistant coaches. You'll be coaching the 9th grade team. You'll be coaching the 8th grade team. And that ensures that the systems are in place and those guys are going to do it. But you have to have an established system, because you come in as a coach with a new staff, you're not going to, it's hard to tell that guy, you're going to be my varsity offensive line coach. And then after that, you're going to go out there and coach the, and then you're going to, that's something that is more, you got to be willing to do it.
I agree. Volunteer coaches are hard to find. We're going to take a quick break. 5:10 left here in the final quarter. 40-0 is your score. Down leads. We'll be right back after these messages on CBS Sports 104.3.
Save a buck on a new truck from Eagle Buick GMC. 2016 GMC Terrains from $199 a month. 2016 GMC Acadias from $299 a month. Select from hundreds of new trucks and SUVs at Eagle. New 2016 GMC Sierras. Every color, every model. Regular cabs, extended cabs, crew cabs, and diesels. Save over $6,000. Eagle Buick GMC is your GMC truck headquarters. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa.
All right, we are back. 5:10 left in this ball game. Dunham leads 40-0 here at Richard Kennedy Stadium. Comfortably in the lead, and the reserves on the field. Ball's situated at the Dunham 20-yard line, going right to left.
Buell Oaks is ahead of Gainesville Eastside in the fourth, 35-14. If you're driving around, Lecanto loses 39-0 to Crescent City.
Another low snap, and then Chris River bottles him up as he had to get the ball off the ground again. I'm not sure I would not pull that center somehow. And just
I think they've used a couple. That's part of the problem.
Maybe. Got an injured Chris River player now, and he's down with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game.
Weeki-Wachee's ahead of Lake Weir in a game that was delayed for a while. It's 26-20. Weeki-Wachee went winless last year.
Yes.
New head coach. And certainly would do those young men good to get a victory in the season opener. Looks like it's going to go down to the final quarter in that one, but they are ahead by 6. As Dennis mentioned, Seven Rivers goes on the road down to Bradford and wins. And it'll be interesting for Coach Ray Green and his crew as they make the move to Class 2A in the FHSAA. They are in the same situation as Dunellen in the sense that there is no district. You have a region, and you got to earn your way into the playoffs. So we'll see how they do. They play a pretty good little schedule. They will face Hernando this year, and that obviously will be a good test if you look at what Hernando did tonight. So work cut out for Seven Rivers, but this is a step I know that Coach Ray Green and the school itself was thinking about for quite some time and wanted to get into Class 2A football in the FHSAA, and they're in it this year.
And player down was number 50, Miles Hampton.
Holding his arm.
Got his left arm stationary.
That's one thing Coach Lewis can't afford now, is to lose any players.
Very true. Very true. So as we get going here. We're going to go twin receivers to the near sideline. Power formation I as we get some movement out the front, but a handoff up the middle, and that was the tailback. It spins all the way down to the 26-yard line, 27-yard line. Gain of about 10 yards. Clock is on a running clock now after 35-point lead. It's now at 40. Clock down to 4:15 left in the ball game. First punt. First punt of the game.
Goolsby punting.
Goolsby punting for Dunellen.
What doesn't Goolsby do?
If he gets that long leg into it, he might be able to kick it about 110 yards.
Tyreek Scriven back deep.
I mean, that is a junior who just looks like he is ready to be
low line drive
starter on the basketball team.
Beautiful bounce by Dunn. And Tyreek Scriven takes the ball at his 30-yard line, make a stutter step, and goes to the left side, close to the far sideline, and gets 10 yards out of something that should have been nothing, all the way down to the 39-yard line, 38-yard line, be 1st and 10 for Chris River.
One of the coach over there telling Goolsby didn't really like the way he kicked it. That
Yeah.
wasn't the right form. I mean, he better.
McElwain wants a better deal out of that.
I'm going to be catching for the Gators. I don't need to be kicking.
I'm sure he's taking it nicely and saying, okay, I'll do better next time. I know.
Yeah.
Sure he is.
Talented kid.
Excuse me.
I mean, it was by far, but he was clearly the best athlete on the field tonight.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
And there are some very good athletes out here. That's the thing. I mean, he was not like he was playing a bunch of third graders. I mean, that is a man amongst boys out there for Dunellen.
And he looks big even when he's out there.
Yeah.
There's a turnaround and a fake right up the middle. Great play and a diving low tackle up at the running back. That's Orr for Chris River. That's number 3. Sorry, I can't say I'm at 13. I don't have that player on my roster. Wasn't making the tackle for Dunellen. So Orr the fullback. Jaden Williams the tailback for Chris River. Scriven out wide. It's the near sideline. Ball's on the far hash mark. And there's movement. Trying to get the jump was Dunellen player. It's number 50.
No number.
I can't tell. Make it 56, I think maybe. My eyes are going bad, but even that, I don't have 56. So a lot of players here not having numbers correct on this.
But with bad eyes, you can still see the yellow flag fly.
Yeah. So brings up 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Inside handoff, fullback. And he's powered down there, but he gets maybe forward progress. They're going to give him 1 yard. It's about time that I thought process that Logan Wardlow comes over the sidelines to start getting this plays because it's at least faster than what they were doing before, but it took them all game to do that. I don't understand how they could not. They used to do it last year, and we just kind of figured out that's why they do it, because they can't understand the signals. But okay, so bring them over here earlier. So,
as soon as the play ends.
Again, down to under 2 minutes left in the ball game. And again, it's a running clock because of the lead of Dunellen. So now the first time they've huddled up because Logan Wardlow came over to the sidelines to get the play, break the huddle up to the line of scrimmage with an I formation shotgun. 2 receivers wide. Snap, 2-step drop, pressure, throws a deep ball down to the left sideline, the far sideline, and overthrown, intended for Tyreek Scriven over there. And the clock is under 1 minute right now and counting.
Maybe one more play.
Wardlow runs over and gets the play from Tony Lewis. So last play for the ball game here, if they can get this off. Just about 30 seconds left and still discussing it. Down under 25 seconds now. Just getting to the line of scrimmage.
This is sort of frustrating into a frustrating night for Crystal
River. It really
River.
is. It's under 15 seconds now, and here we go, last play. Wardlow, snap, 2-step, looking, got pressure coming from the backside. He rolls to the left, he got pressure coming back, and it's a fumble. And it's dropped on the ground and is recovered by Dunellen. That'll be a first down, and that clock will stop right now as the ball game is over here at Richard Kennedy Stadium with your final score. Dunellen Tigers 40, Chris River Pirates 0. We'll be right back for a game recap right here on CBS Sports 104.3. You're listening to Friday Night Football.
prices, great selection, and repeat business keep customers coming back for more. Thank you, Tampa Bay. This month, we're offering deep discounts. Get 15% off select new Buick models. Get 15% and more off select new GMC models. When you want the best, shop the best. Buy local and save thousands from your hometown dealer. Visit EagleBuickGMC.com or stop by US 19 in Homosassa under the giant American flag.
Your official station.